The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual guests. If you're a sensitive snowflake that may get easily offended, then turn this off immediately. If you want to hear the real truth about the gun culture, then stick around. This is the Armed Citizen Podcast.
What is going on, my Go Squad? Welcome to the Armed Citizen Podcast Live. This is episode number 262, and today's date is Tuesday, October 11th, 2022. We are live, as always, over on YouTube and on Facebook, so if you're out there in the live chat, go ahead and say something. We don't know that you're out there unless you do. If you're new to the channel, new to the show, you probably picked the wrong channel to show up to. We cannot make you any smarter. Honestly, we just try and make you any dumber. But if you're here, you might as well stick around. Prop the feet up, grab the popcorn and sodas, and let's have a good time. If you want to call or text into the show, yes, you can call in or text into the show. Utilize the Ghost Tactical Hotline presented by our good friends Rod and Shelly Gates at Aegis Gun Care. That number is 530-364-4678. It's scrolling down below. If you're a veteran, really anybody, but especially if you're a veteran and you're in that hole, you're in the darkness and you're looking for that light, call me, text me, email me 24/7. I can't give you any medical advice, but I could probably be a pretty decent ear and maybe be able to talk you through some stuff. If you are trying to get to some medical attention or someone that can help you medically, remember two things. One, you're not alone in this fight. You have a lot of brothers out here that are willing and able to help you in any way possible. And two, the world is a much better place with you in it. So please utilize the Veteran Crisis Hotline, 1-800-273-8255. Once again, 1-800-273-8255. Or on your cell phone, just dial 988. Once again, 988, the Veteran Crisis Hotline. We are spotlighting, as always, United States Marine Corps. If you have any questions on what it takes to earn the title United States Marine, see the website marines.com. And as always, we're a proud member of the Self-Defense Radio Network. Check out all your favorite pro-gun, pro-2A podcasts over in selfdefenseradio.net. So what is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 262. It's pretty cool. Been going on a while now. It's kind of weird to think about. 262. Obviously, we missed some weeks during SHOT and different things like that, but been going on for over almost 5.5 years now. So we're really excited. Thanks to everyone that's always here every week that are very loyal to this. I don't know why you're loyal, but I appreciate you anyways. Hopefully we let you enjoy a Tuesday night, get you away from reality, talk some gun stuff, talk some pop culture, just have a little fun while we're talking guns. And I think that's kind of what everyone enjoys doing. We try not to take ourselves very seriously. God knows we shouldn't, but we do have a good time. Let's say hi to everybody out there real quick before we get this going. With a shout out, Mandatory Carry and Fixed Bayonet out there. Mandatory Carry, $6 super chat. Thank you, brother. Says, in case I lose signal, keep fighting. Build a get home bag. 9/17 is coming. Iran created the coronavirus, and there are 4 lights. People know that we don't ask, nor do we encourage super chats, but if you do, it is fun because I promise you I will Ron Burgundy it. Whatever you put in that super chat, I shall say. So have some fun with that. Super chats do go to send some care package to our troops downrange. So thank you to Mandatory Carry and Fixed Bayonet over there. I appreciate you very much. Bucks out there, Tactical FUD. Robert Adams says, hello, everyone. Hello, Robert. Let's see. Like I said, Mandatory Carry and Fix is out there. Jacob S says, yo, thank you. Jacob understands what I like. There are some channels out there, not going to say who you report, our good friends over there. They require, they require a 3-yo entrance. I do not put that kind of pressure on my audience. I don't feel like they need to jump through hoops to come in. It's free. You should be able to come in here and enjoy yourselves for free and not feel like you have to give something back to the host and all that. Gear Report requires a 3-yo entrance. I don't like that. If you're going to say yo, like Jacob says, a single yo entrance is perfectly okay. So yeah, Our good buddy Rod's out there. Hopefully it's Shelly, but it's probably Rod. But we do want to send, in all seriousness, want to send a get well. Rod had a medical procedure done a couple weeks ago. Seems to be recovering well. I talked to him a few days ago, last week, just checking in on him. Says he's doing okay. And okay, TJ's going to be here a little late. But no, we want to send our best wishes out to Rod. Hope you feel better soon, and we'll hopefully talk soon. Wes is out there. Says, hey. Hey. If you're going to say hey, you got to go with a hey. So I do require the 3 heys if you're going to go that route. It's not hey, it's hey. So let's just get it right, people. If you're going to be here, get it right. I'll see Wes about a month from now, or so, roughly, over at Wanamaker in Tulsa. Looking forward to seeing him as always. CNT's out there. Says, hey, perps. Let's see here. He says he's here, but lurking. That's okay. See, Snob gets it. The single yo entrance. If you're going to go with the yo entrance, a single yo. It's kind of like, what do you call it? Crimson Tide. 1 ping, please. 1 ping only. I can't. That's my best Sean Connery. Not a good Sean Connery. But that's my 1 ping only. 1 yo only. 1 yo only, please. So there you go. William Carter says, I'm here. Here I am. I'm here. Here I am. William's here. Eric Norris says, roll Tide. Okay. It's what it is. I live in Arkansas. I'm a Razorback fan, but I'm a Texan. I'm a Longhorn. We almost got your asses. If we would have had our quarterback that we have now, we would have taken you down. It's like a moral victory. A moral victory still a thing? I hope they are. Carrie told me that super chats affect viewership. I don't know. That would be something that I don't know. I have no idea. But if they do, thank you. You guys are always very, very faithful and loyal to that. So I appreciate it. Snob says, oh, Rod got the face. Well, here's the thing. So those of us that are close with Rod and Shelly know that it's a very interesting relationship they have. Rod has been talking about getting the face transplant because Shelly has threatened to leave him because he's not the prettiest guy in the world. Great guy, not the prettiest guy in the world. But I think what he did is while he was in there, he went ahead and had the sex transplant. Hey, I don't judge whatever makes you happy, Rod, or I think it's going to be Rodina. I haven't heard the official name. Maybe Rodina. I don't know. But hey, I don't judge. As long as you're happy, Rod, we're happy that you're happy. So I wasn't supposed to say that. So keep that on the DL, guys. No one's supposed to know that. Stephen, I'm gonna butcher this. Stephen Fair. I wish I could pronounce that. I'm not very smart, guys. I eat crayons, but Stephen's out there. I don't remember seeing that name out there. So you might be new. Welcome to the dark side, my brother. That's right. It was Hunt for, not Crimson Tide. Hunt for Red October. I give those two. They're both submarine moves. Hunt for Red October. That's correct. Hunt for Red October. Rod says, yes, Nom, I'm in a mini snob now. Hard to look in the mirror, though. John Z. I'm looking forward to seeing John Z. John Z made the brave move out of New York out to Missouri. So he's only a few hours from me now, but I think he's going to be in Tulsa next month as well. I haven't seen him in probably 4 years, roughly 4-ish years, 4 or 5 years. So it'll be good to give him a hug and say what's up. And Eric, he got the hey right, but he's still rolling with the Tide. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Williams says, if frogs had wings, Georgia Bulldogs. Well, it is what it is. Forest green with a side of fire engine red. I have absolutely fixed no idea what you're talking about. Okay. All right. We said hello to everybody. Thank you guys for coming as always. You guys know that every Thursday, Saturday, and Monday over on our YouTube community tab, we put out our Ghost Tactical polls. We have a little fun, usually a little pop culture or some food or music. And then we always on Monday usually throw a gun question out there. So let's go check out our polls from last week. This is from last Thursday. Already has 1.2 thousand votes. Is of these, what is the best slapstick movie? Airplane, Blazing Saddles, Hot Shots, or Robin Hood Men in Tights? So if you're out there in the chat, go ahead and put what you would say of those best slapstick movie, or if you just have your favorite slapstick movie. John says he hopes to be in Tulsa. That's great. But yeah, Airplane, Blazing Saddles, Hot Shots, and what was the fourth one? Robin Hood Men in Tights. So put it out there. Let me know what you guys' favorite. I would probably say mine is probably Hot Shots is a really good one, but I mean Blazing Saddle, they're all great. They all are great for different reasons. Blazing Saddle, I'll tell you what though. Of the four, Blazing Saddles for sure, in my opinion, is the only movie that's on there that could not or would not be made today. I don't think that there is a studio anywhere, maybe like a Netflix or Amazon or something like that, but none of the major studios that are going to put stuff out in the theater would touch Blazing Saddles right now in today's world. Unfortunately, because it's a great movie and it was all ingested and all of that. Jacob says only one of the movies I've ever seen or heard of was Robin Hood, the Robin Hood one. It's a good movie. There's other ones. I mean, there's so many that could have made it. You could have put like The Naked Gun. You could have put Spaceballs. You could have put oh man, there's so Princess Bride. There's just so many good ones out there. But just pure slapstick, and you got to have fun with slapstick. It's one of the pure joys of the world. It's just being able to laugh for absolutely no reason. It's just so stupid. It's funny. But this poll kind of ran away with it with Blazing Saddles with 54%. Coming in at second place at 24% was Airplane. Robin Hood Men in Tights skimming in third with 13%, and Hot Shots with 9%. I was a little surprised that Hot Shots didn't get a little bit more love. I thought it was good. Maybe it was a crappy movie. I don't know. I always thought it was a pretty funny movie. But there's some great slapstick movies out there. Three Amigos was a great one. It is what it is. But yeah, those are the ones that I chose for this one. Our second poll was Saturday, being that the weather's starting to change and it's going to be nice and fall's here, which is, Rod says Monty Python. There you go. I mean, once again, there's a ton of them. But being it's fall, and this is my favorite time of year. Fall is definitely my favorite time of year for sure. And I love to eat. As everyone can tell, and you probably need to lose a little bit of weight. It's okay. I enjoy food. And I don't eat rabbit food very often. So, but I said, of these, what's your favorite fall meal? And I put chicken pot pie, chili, mac and cheese, and pot roast. So out there, let me know what's your favorite fall of those, or just in general, what's your favorite fall meal? Chili, chicken pot pie, mac and cheese, pot roast are the four that I chose. Mine's chili. Now, I'm one of those guys that can eat chili year round. It doesn't have to be colder weather for me to enjoy chili. I love chili. My wife, and everyone's got good chili recipes. I get it because there's no such thing as a true chili recipe. Mario's out there. Hello. Snob says the pot roast. Buck says the chili. Let's take a question real quick. Jacob says, does anyone know if there's a way to get push notifications about those polls from channels, or do you have to always go to the channel's community tab? I don't know about that. What I can tell you is a lot of the channels that I follow that do polls every now and then, or just community posts, if they're frequent on their community posts, they just show up in my feed. That being said, I don't know of any. If Clover is able to show up tonight, he had to run a couple errands. If he's able to show up, I'll ask him, but I don't know of any push notifications for the polls. Just remember, every Thursday, Saturday, and Monday, Jacob, at 10 a.m., they're out there all the time, but every Thursday, Saturday, and Monday at 10 a.m., we have our new poll come up. So if you're interested in voting those polls, they are fun. We enjoy them. We got some fun ones coming up this week, starting Thursday. Give me some good ones. Fix out there says mac and cheese. John says homemade pot roast. So the reason why I picked pot roast, my wife does a really good pot roast, and I think it was probably my grandmother's recipe. And it's not real hard. You get a roast, you throw some vegetables in there, let it sit there overnight, and you're good to go. But a friend of hers gave her a recipe that's really, really simple. And it was really, really good. So we tried it this week or earlier this week, or I guess it was last week we tried it. And just go get a roast and put it in your crock pot. And you get a package of ranch seasoning, the powder, not like ranch dressing, but ranch seasoning, like the powder. Dump it in there. Get a package of the au juice, or if you can't find au juice seasoning, get the brown gravy seasoning, either one. If you can find the au juice, great. If not, brown gravy seasoning will work. The powder seasoning, throw it in there, a whole stick of butter, and like a small jar of jalapenos, and dump the jalapenos and the juice in there. Now, I am not a jalapeno fan. You don't have to actually eat the jalapeno. It's just there for the little kick and the flavor. I'm not a jalapeno fan at all. So I was a little skeptical on this, but then we put in the crock pot overnight. And that next morning, when I opened the bedroom door, when I got up that morning, like the whole house smelled like this pot roast, and it was amazing. And that was great. So it's a real simple recipe: ranch seasoning, au juice seasoning, a stick of butter, and a small jar of jalapenos and the juice. It's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's see here. Mario says tamales for the win. I love me some good tamales, but here's the thing. Good tamales are great. Dry tamales are not good. And depending on who's cooking them, it's a fine line between really good and not good at all. I'm not a fan of dry tamales. If they're still got a little juicy in them, they're so moist. And I said moist. Yes, I said that. It's awesome. Now, Defense Dad says, we did crock pot Dr. Pepper ribs tonight. Been food prepping all day today. Dr. Pepper ribs. That's interesting. I have not heard of that. I might have to let me know how that goes there, Defense Dad. Sounds interesting. Snob says Instapot is the best way to make a roast. I don't like to wait all night for it to cook. Here, I get it. But what we do is we put it in like before we go to bed that night, and we wake up in the morning, it's good to go. So it is what it is. Jacob says, what's a tamale? Never heard of them. A tamale. So I usually eat like chicken. There's beef, chicken, pork, cheese, whatever. I prefer like pork and chicken. Beefs aren't bad. It's a Mexican dish. I don't even know how to explain it. Google tamale, and they're wonderful if they're good. They're either really, really good or not good at all. But it is what it is. Calico Jack out there. This jalapeno cheese spread broke me of jalapeno flavor. I've never tried that. Never tried it. I like enough kick in something to make it flavorful and all that. Enough spice to make it flavorful. I don't like spice, like just heat to be hot. Not like that. Now, my wife, she's the one who'll carry around like Tabasco sauce in her purse. She loves heat. I'm not a big fan of heat. Mario says moist is the key. In a lot of ways in life, moist is the key. This is true. Calico says Dr. Pepper ribs are also, I've never even heard of that. Interesting. John Z said, I tried cola chocolate cake yesterday, and guess what? It tasted like chocolate cake. Who knew? I was driving out today to get lunch, and I saw a Coca-Cola truck parked doing delivery, and it said Coca-Cola with coffee. This must be a new thing. I hadn't heard of it. I don't like coffee. I like the smell of coffee. I just don't like the taste of coffee. But Coca-Cola with coffee. Anybody heard of this? If so, has anyone tried this? It could be interesting to hear what people say about that. Like I said, I don't know if it's a thing yet or what, but it was on the side of the trucks as Coca-Cola with coffee. Go figure. Defense has 7 hours on low in the crock pot with a can of Dr. Pepper, then basted them with barbecue sauce and finished in the oven. We use in the air fryer, though. Had 10 pounds of chicken in the oven. Man, you guys are going to eat tonight. I'm on my way. You can make sure you save some for me. Tried that. He says not too bad. Coca-Cola with coffee. Okay. Who knew? All right. As far as the poll goes, 2,000 votes, over 2,000 votes in this one. You throw food in the poll, it's going to get a ton of votes. Of these, what's your favorite fall meal? Kind of kicking everybody's ass, which is not a surprise. In first place with 41% is chili. Number 2 at 28% was pot roast. In third place at 19% was mac and cheese, homemade mac and cheese. And in last place with 12% was chicken pot pie, which is kind of surprising. I figured chicken pot pie, I don't know. I like chicken pot pie. Maybe people aren't big fans of chicken pot pie. I don't know. Excuse me. Our last poll, kind of piggybacking off what we talked about last week. And we got into a little rabbit hole last week about if you could only buy your guns. Like, what if you could only buy your guns from one company for the rest of your life? What company would it be? Trying to find companies that have a little bit of everything, like bolt action and ARs and semi-autos and revolvers, or, something like that, to where it's not just like, I love Glock, but until Glock comes out with that AR that everyone's talking about, Glock only makes handguns, and, you can't be able to get that. So the question is, if you could only buy your guns from one company forever, which would it be? Beretta, CZ, Ruger, and Smith & Wesson. Once again, Beretta, CZ, who owns Colt, Ruger, and Smith & Wesson. So out there, let me know what brand that you would, if you could only buy your guns from one company forever, which one would it be? CZ, Smith, Beretta, and Ruger. Let me see here. I'm quick to jump on Smith & Wesson because I love their handguns. I love their AR. My battle rifles, it's based off of Smith & Wesson. Very, very few things in it are still original, but it's the shell of an M&P 15. Obviously the revolvers they have, if I was ever to do a revolver, I probably would get a Smith & Wesson. They've got some beautiful, beautiful bolt action rifles, just beautiful. They have had shotguns, so I guess those shotguns are probably still around somewhere. You can probably find them. But yeah, and then we started talking about Ruger. Ruger, they've got a little bit of everything. Beretta has got a little bit of everything. And CZ, I mean, I've heard wonderful things about CZ's bolt action rifles. To my knowledge, I probably have shot one. I just didn't know it was a CZ, but I've heard a lot of great things. And their shotguns are better than what people would think. And now that they have Colt, they've got the Colt side that could handle some of the different things that might have been missing as CZ's brand. But yeah, let's see what people are saying out there. Let's see. SwitchPod says CZ brand Phantom 550. Jacob says, I really don't know what all these companies make, but from what I know, Ruger has a lot of variety. Ruger does. Of them all, Ruger probably has the largest variety out there. PNW, what's up, Woods? He said Ruger. Fix says, I carry my late husband's home-built brand. Oh, there you go. Defense says, basically they had great meat sale. He's talking about meat still, the food. 10-pound bag of chicken leg quarters for 48 cents a pound and rib racks for $2.48 a pound. Damn, that's pretty good. Yeah. John Z said, Smith & Wesson told the government to F off. They would be my uneducated choice. There you go. John Z's, he's coming too. So we're gonna carpool over there, Defense Dad, and we're gonna make sure you save some for us. PNW says for shotguns, I always go Mossberg. There you go. I'm a Mossberg guy too. Buck out there says Ruger, and Calico Jack says CZ. Our results: 1.6 thousand votes. 1.6 thousand votes. In first place with 44% of the vote was Smith & Wesson. In second place with 20% was Ruger. In third place with 19% was CZ. And in fourth place with 18% was Beretta. So aside from Smith & Wesson kind of blowing everybody out, second, third, and fourth were pretty close, a percentage off from each. So now Jacob says, you know what? I don't think I ever heard of Ruger or Smith & Wesson making shotguns, do they? Smith used to. They weren't, maybe not very good. I don't think they are anymore. Let's go find out. But I know they used to. No, it doesn't look like they make shotguns anymore, but they used to. So I'm sure there's still some out there. As far as Ruger, you're talking to me about shotguns, folks. You know not to do that because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about with shotguns. I own several of them, but I'm not a huge one. I don't know if Ruger, I don't think they do anymore. If you're out there and you know if Ruger did at one point make shotguns, let me know. But yeah, I know Smith did for a while, and I don't think they were the greatest things in the world, but hell, I mean, a shotgun's a shotgun at some point, one of the greatest selling shotguns ever is costs you maybe $150. So, it is what it is, but no, a shotgun. I know that Smith did. I don't know if Ruger did or not. I don't know. Now, Mario says CZ pistol, Beretta shotgun, Ruger AR, and Smith & Wesson revolver. Fight me. So the only thing that you're missing, Mario, and where are you going to go with bolt gun? Who's going to make the bolt gun? The Beretta shotgun, because Beretta has Benelli also, so you can go either way with that, Beretta or Benelli. I think that obviously the Beretta umbrella shotgun is what you need to go with. I'm probably going to choose Smith & Wesson for the AR because I'm partial to the M&P 15s, obviously. I'm probably going to go with Smith & Wesson instead of Ruger's AR. That's just me. Smith & Wesson for sure on a revolver. Pistol, I'm going to go Beretta. I like CZ, but I'm a Beretta guy. And bolt gun. Now, bolt gun, I tell you what, CZ's got a great one. I've been looking at the Smith & Wesson bolt guns too. They're pretty freaking awesome. But reputation-wise, I'd probably go with the CZ bolt gun. And Mario says bolt CZ as well. There you go. John says, don't forget lever gun. Dude, I don't live in the 1800s. No, lever guns. I mean, that's for me, that's not something that, like, I wouldn't mind having a lever gun and 357 Magnum or something like that, like Buck. I ain't going to pay $35,000 for it like Buck, but, lever guns are not high on my priority. I don't ever shoot them. I mean, I think it'd be cool to have one, but if I had one, it'd be probably like just a display piece. I probably wouldn't shoot it I'd go out and shoot it when I first got it, and then I probably would never shoot it again. So when it comes down to choosing, that's for me, lever guns don't come into it. Mario says Henry. Well, obviously probably going Henry Golden Boy with the lever action. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. John says his soul is 200 years old. So Defense Dad says pistol HK. No. I get it. I get it, but we're talking about these companies that we talked about: Beretta, Ruger, Smith and Wesson, and CZ. So let's kind of see what everybody's list would be intermatching all of those. Let's even talk about this. So let's do this. With Smith and Wesson, obviously their bolt gun, they've got one bolt gun and it looks badass. I might have to look into one of those. They're badass looking. Don't know how they shoot, but they're badass looking. Shotgun, the M&P shotgun, obviously, because that was pretty much what they had. M&P 15 for revolver. I'd probably go. What was that one that I almost bought? Smith and Wesson. Was it the Night? Oh man, Night. God, what was that thing called? I thought it was like called a Night something. Nighthawk. Oh, what was that called? So it was a pretty cool little 357 Magnum revolver. Really cool, kind of a snub nose thing. Was badass. 686 would be a great one, but there was one that I almost bought a couple of years ago. But I'd go with that for the revolver. Pistol, be interesting. As much as I love the 2.0, I probably have to go with the Shield. I think the Shield is still the greatest concealed carry gun ever. So I'd go with the Shield for my pistol. Now, if I was going CZ, I mean, it's hard to go away from a CZ75 for the pistol. They've got a great bolt gun. The shotgun, from what I understand, is pretty damn good. You know, I like I said, they have Colt. So let's see what with their revolvers and the Python series. I'd probably go with one of the Pythons. And 357, probably the Python. What was it? I think it's, man, is it a 3-inch or a 4-inch? I can go to Colt real quick. The Python 4 1/4 or the 3-inch. I'd probably go with a 3-inch Python. If you're going to go Colt revolver, you got to go with Python, maybe, right? No, it's a snub nose, and I want to. Golly, when Clover shows up, he'll know exactly what it is. It was a black on black, really cool looking little snub nose 357. And I thought it was like a night something. I don't remember. I might be wrong about that, but when he gets here, he'll answer it for me. But yeah, CZ, yeah. Beretta shotgun, either go with any of the Beretta or Benelli shotguns. How can you go wrong there? AR, well, you're not really going to have an AR, but you do have like the CX4 Storm. I've got one. I love it. So that'll be my carbine. Don't have the revolvers. Gun, as much as I love the 92, man, it's a tough one. I'm probably going to go. I'm probably going to go with the APX. That's the gun that I've been carrying the most lately. I love the APX. As much as I love the 92, I probably would go with now if I could go. Well, no, not NFA items. Yeah, I would definitely go with probably the APX for now. It's interesting. Defense Dad says revolver. I'd go with GP 100. There you go. Let's see here. Warsaw says pistol, Taurus. Dude, once again, Beretta, CZ, Smith & Wesson, and Ruger. Those are the four companies. Let's see your lineup with those four companies. Beretta, CZ, Smith & Wesson, and Ruger. Let's see your lineup. Jacob says, I think next on my list is Smith & Wesson 686, 357, 6-inch, so I can hunt with a handgun as a challenge. There you go. Let's see here. PNW says I've carried the SP101 since 1993. Was it a Nighthawk? I don't think it was Nighthawk. I don't think it was. Smith and Wilson revolver. right. You know what? Let's just go to their freaking website. Let's just do this. As much as I hate doing this, let's go over here to Smith and Wesson. I know I'll see it. Products, revolvers. There's so many of them. Good Lord. There's so many revolvers at Smith & Wesson. Keep going, keep going. Medium, Model 10. Medium. I'm sorry. This is terrible entertainment. I see these are all like model numbers, and I don't know. Anyways, I just saw a banner on Smith & Wesson. They're talking about the MP shotgun, so I guess they're coming back maybe. I don't know. APX definitely over 92. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I wouldn't say definitely, but I'm a huge 92 guy. But the APX is damn good. It really is. It is damn good. Defense Dad said, I'm historically a Ruger guy, so if I go that route, he's going the Ruger SR9, the Ruger 5.56, the GP100, and Ruger owns Marlin, so I'll stick with the Marlin for the lever gun. I'm shy a shotgun though. Yeah, but you did replace a shotgun with the lever, so you're still getting those 4 guns, if you will. So, yeah. And having Marlin, I once again, I'm not a lever action guy. Clover is huge lever action guy. He's a huge Marlin guy. And when he gets here, we'll ask him about that, on his thoughts on Ruger owning the Marlin brand, and is that a good thing or a bad thing? What do you guys think out there? Ruger owning the Marlin brand now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? And I don't know, because I don't. I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting texts left and right here. Okay, so yeah, so what we're going to talk about tonight is most of you guys know I talk about it every now and then. What's up, Marcus? How you doing, man? Jacob says, does Marlin make a 410 lever? I'm pretty sure Marlin makes a 410 or has. I mean, I don't think they're doing anything anymore right now, but Marlin 410 lever. The Marlin 1895 lever action. Maybe the Marlin, I think it was the 1895 and 410. I don't know. Let's find out. I just did a thing for Marlin 410 lever action. Let's see here. I don't know. I'm sure they do. Like I said, you're asking the wrong person about lever actions. I shot them. But I don't know. So Snob says the only guns that Marlin are making currently are the 4570 models. There's 3 of them, I guess. Rod says that Ruger makes very good, nice shotguns. The Ruger Red Label. There you go. I learned something I didn't know. That. Marcus says, I think Ruger right now is concentrating on the 1895 and 4570. Yeah. But I'm sure there have been some Marlins out there in 410. I don't know. Talking to the wrong guy. I'm not the guy that's going to bullshit you. If I don't know, I'm going to tell you I don't know. I don't know shit about lever actions. I know that Buck wanted to buy one for $35,000 a year or two ago at Wanamaker. Thought it was for $350. Didn't realize the 2 zeros on the end weren't the cents. They were part of the price for $35,000. It was beautiful, though. Beautiful. Don't know. There are certain guns that I would most definitely, if I had it, obviously, most definitely pay 35 grand for, but a 357 lever action rifle is not one of them. Just saying. I think they're cool to look at. Once again, if I ever had a lever action, I'd probably shoot it a couple times when I first got it, and then it'd be a display piece. You know, I'm just, lever actions don't do it for me. They don't float my boat. They don't make me Randy. So, but that said, like I said, tonight's topic, practically tactical, being practical and tactical at the same time. As much as I despise Facebook and I try to stay off of it as much as I can, I am a member of some groups over there, and there's some really cool conversations. One of the groups that I'm in is kind of like a gray man kind of a group. It's not called the gray man group or anything, but it's kind of a, see, Gary gets it. The single yo entrance. I dig it. Dig it. Thank you for the single yo. But this kind of a gray man kind of group talking about being tactically prepared and all of that without sticking out like you're trying to be, you know, a MEAL Team 6 guy or something, some operator that you're not. You know, sticking out like a sore thumb isn't always a good thing, and all of that. Oh man, Moo's out there. He says, I own a Marlin Lever 410 shotgun. It's from 1928. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Marlin's got them. I don't know. I don't know. But like I said, anyways, Facebook, you really like that hat. Thank you. I appreciate it. I wear a lot of different hats like these, but different colors, different designs and all that. But my little patriotic hat, if you will. Anyways, this group is about, you know, go back, like stuff that you can carry, everyday carry stuff, clothing and gear, setups in your vehicle and all of that without kind of like bringing attention to yourself. So, and one of the questions, hold on here. Defense Dad says, Ghost, out of curiosity, how much experience have you had with lever guns? I was really surprised how much I liked them. Very little. Like I said, I've shot them many times. I never owned a lever action. I've shot them, I mean, not a lot, probably 10, 12 times, different times. What's up, Chris? But very limited experience, but they didn't, like, it never did anything for me. Like, it's just not my gig. It's just not my gig. I'm not saying they're bad. For me, understand, guys, I didn't start shooting until I joined the Marine Corps. So my experience were M16s and belt-fed stuff, and then, you know, semi-auto pistols and all that stuff, and some bolt-action rifles and stuff. Lever actions, not my thing. Shotguns weren't really my thing. I own shotguns, but like I've got 5 or 6 shotguns, but I never shoot them. Like hardly ever do I shoot them at all. But yeah, like lever actions, like I've shot buddies or people at the range or something, but I've never, like, it's just never done anything for me. So that's why I don't own one. Like I said, if I ever did, it would probably just be a display piece. You know, try to find something you can get for cheap that's kind of old. It looks cool, but good cheap. I don't care if it really shoots or not. I just display it. That's kind of where I am with lever guns. Maybe one day I shoot someone's lever gun that just, you know, fancies me a little bit and gets me feeling kind of funny. I hope that happens one day, but so far, nothing that I shot for lever action has really done it. I've shot some 44. I've shot 357. I shot several different kinds, and none of them, I mean, they were cool, but they weren't like nothing like got me excited. Does that make sense? So yeah. Anyways, Snob is close to my kid's age. Well, Gary, you're old as shit, first of all. So let's just be honest. I mean, I love you, bro, but like you're damn near old enough to be my dad, and I'm getting old. So just messing with you. I'll see Gary and Snob in about a month or so at Wanamaker. I don't know if I'm going to see Sarge at Obnoxious this year. I don't know. I don't think they're coming this year, but I know that Chris from the 740 is going to be there. Obviously, Clover's going to be there. Gizzard Gary, Snob, West will be there. Buck will be there. I'm hoping to see John Z there. Chris from the 740 is going to be there. He's got someone coming with him. I want to say Jason Stewart's going to be there as well. If you're going to go to Tulsa this next month and for the Wanamaker, and we don't know, let us know, because let us know. Let us see everybody there. And if you're going to go, if you haven't gone, you want to go, or you never really thought about, go to one of the largest gun show in the world. Over 4,000 booths in a building that's 11 acres big, covered 11 acres under one roof of a gun show. Pretty damn awesome. If you're looking for something that's not like crazy weird, like chances are you're going to find it there. Now, I'm not saying the price are going to be great, but you'll be able to find it. I mean, Snob and Cycle Camp over the years have found guns that they haven't been able to find anywhere else, and they found them at Wanamaker and got some good deals. There are some great deals out there, but there's also it's a gun show, so there's going to be some deals out there that it is what it is. Let's see here. Buck says, I have a side-by-side 12 gauge. I never shot it yet in 4 years. There you go. Defense, this is my first time, was a Texas Star at a competition with a 357 Henry, and I was instantly hooked. It'd be kind of cool shooting a Texas Star. That'd be pretty cool, I bet. Jacob says, if there's something firearm related that you see for sale, but when you find more about it, you think, I don't know about this, what would that be? Find more about it, you think, I don't know about this, what would that be? Are you asking like me that question, Jacob? I'll come back to that one here in a second. He says, which Tulsa show is bigger? It's the same. There's one every November and every April. It's the second weekend in April, second weekend and November. They're both equally as big. I tend to like the November show better myself. Doesn't mean it's any busier or less busy or all that. Just I don't know, for some reason, the vibe maybe. I don't know. But I tend to like the November show more than April. That's just me, though. John says, I just want to go and see you efforts. Come on, man. It's been a while. It's been probably 4 years since I've seen you, John. So, yeah, absolutely. The Bucks Race says, Snob can find good deals on guns, but no magazines. Snob agrees. Patriot out there says, good evening, ladies. What's up, bitch? How you doing? Patriot's a Marine brother. So what's going on? So let's go back to Jacobs. I'm trying to decipher this, Jacob. So maybe if you could give me a little context in here. But Jacob's saying, if there is something firearm related that you see for sale, but when you find more about it, you think, I don't know about this, what would that be? So, I mean, there's all sorts of guns that I see for sale that I don't know anything about. I'll say the vast majority of guns that I see, I don't know much about. I'm not like a firearm historian and all that. I know we saw them in 28. That's what I'm saying. It's been 4 years. So, but yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things that I don't know about. So maybe Jacob, if you give a little context to that, I'll be more than happy to answer. Anybody have any questions for me? I'm an open book. If I don't know it, I want to tell you I don't know. But if I know something, or if you ask my opinion on something, I'll give it. You may not like my answer, but I will definitely answer. Like stuff you look at for or stay away from when buying. Okay, so like if you're at like Wanamaker and all of that, they I would say, and Gary and Snob and all these guys, West, that are out there, and Buck that have been there for a while, like you're gonna sit there and see a lot, like the vast majority of stuff there is old stuff. So obviously when it comes down to old rifles and all of that, If you're wanting it to be a shooting rifle, like you actually want to shoot it, obviously you're going to want to make sure that it's operational. Obviously you can't just throw a round in there and take a shot, making sure it works. But there are ways to figure out if mechanically it's sound condition, or if it's questionable, but you can get some parts, or you can do different things to make it operational and all that. Great. Maybe a little smithing may have to take place, but you trust a smith to get the work done. You know, there are some good deals. There are things that I'm looking at. It comes down to price, because I know what I'm looking for. Like the last few years going there, I've been on a search for an M1 Garand, and I don't care if it's 308 or 30-06. I'd probably rather have a 30-06, to be honest with you. But I'm okay with 308s. But like they're expensive right now, and I should have gotten one 3 or 4 years ago when they were, you know, that $700-800 range, maybe even a little bit less, depending on the condition of it. But they're all like the cheapest I can find now is like 12. A lot of them are like the $1,500 for a Garand and a grand, whatever you want to call them. I call them grand, but I know that the technical word is Garand, but don't want to piss off the people out there that call you on that. But the Grand is something that I love, but I'm not prices. I know what I'm looking for. Certain things that I'm looking for, I know what I'll pay for them. I know what they're probably should be priced at. Once again, I know you're at a gun show, so the prices are going to be a little bit inflated to begin with. There are things that I go looking for. There are things that I just look around and say, oh, that's cool. Like, that'd be kind of cool. Now, Buck says they were cheaper than the SKSs. Now, here's the no shit. Like, the cheapest SKS I saw last time was last November. I didn't go in April. Last November was $1,200. And I was like, dude, you knock the one off of that, and 200 is still iffy on being too high. But they were legitimately everywhere there trying to sell an SKS for $1,200. I said, you guys are outside your damn mind. Now, Buck says, stay away from ammo and plastic bags. There's Clover. Clover, we haven't really gotten into our thing yet because we had some good questions out there. Jacob's asking a little bit about like Wanamaker or gun shows in general. Like, you know, if you know what you're looking for, like, are there certain things at gun shows or something like, or Wanamaker that you should stay away from? And Buck says the ammo and plastic bags.
I would agree.
You'll see now they have a bunch of brass and plastic bags. Go for it. Ammo and plastic bags. It is what it is.
From Buck's perspective, anything that looks old, you probably can't afford.
And I was telling Jacob, not everything, obviously. You're talking 4,500 booths or tables there, but I would say the maybe not the vast majority, but most definitely the majority. But I'd still say the vast majority of firearms at Wanamaker are old, or would be considered old. So you have to, once again, you have to know if you want it to be a shooting gun, you're going to have to be able to recognize if it's going to mechanically be operational to fire. And then decide, is it worth it to maybe get some smithing done at home or whatever? Is it worth that price for you? You can negotiate just like anywhere else, but prices are a little bit inflated to begin with.
You know,
but yeah, you know, it depends. You're going to find some great deals, but you're going to find some deals you say, God, what was that guy thinking?
Probably need a well, I mean, definitely need a flashlight. You shouldn't go anywhere without a flashlight. That's a given.
I say that there are two things at a gun show that you're always going to walk away with. You're probably going to walk away with some kind of a knife. At least I do. I've never gone to Wanamaker or any gun show without walking out with a knife, at least one knife. Sometimes I'll walk away with 7 knives. Just saying, it was a rough year. But yeah, flashlights and knives and T-shirts.
Oh, I was talking about taking with you.
Oh, taking with you a flashlight. Oh, yeah. Definitely need a flashlight to look down the barrel, look inside. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt.
And it doesn't help to have some type of a cheater. I've got a little lighted magnifier that I take
Yeah.
So it doesn't hurt, and they're pretty cheap. I think you can pick those up at like the Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
And those are super helpful, especially if you're dealing with something that has markings, and you can it helps you to see where worn spots and things like that a little better.
Buck says glasses. Yeah, so you don't see something that's $350 and turns out to be $35,000.
Right.
Yeah, glasses. Real quick before we get going, Jacob's asking some great questions tonight. We were talking earlier about the question. One of the poll questions was what we talked about last week. If you could only buy from one company forever, which one would you choose? And I think the four choices were Beretta, CZ, Ruger, and Smith. That said, Jacob was wanting to know about Ruger owning Marlin, and since you're a Marlin guy, and Snom says they're not making much of anything anymore except for the 4570s, but
right.
He was wanting to know if Marlin has, and I'm sure they have, I just don't know the model, but a lever action 410. I'm assuming they have, but can you give a little guidance as to maybe what Jacob should be looking for if he's looking for a lever action 410?
I don't. I mean, they may have. They may have had something in what they call the Dark Series, or the old model. Good luck is what I would say about that. It's going to be an 1890. It's going to be a Marlin 1895. I can tell you that.
1895, yeah, but sure.
Just because of the bore size. I don't know. I'd have to consult my books and kind of see when those were made. I mean, yes, they did make them, but if you're talking about Marlin and you're talking about something that's not made anymore, it's going to be pricey. And so I would say, why do you want a lever 410? And then I would work my way backwards from there. And if you just want it because of the collectability of having that particular Marlin 410, I mean, you got to pay what you got to pay, I guess. But if you've got a functional,
Henry makes
what I say, if you've got a functional reason, going Henry might be the way to go.
Yeah.
Especially that axe. That Henry axe is just freaking cool.
Yeah. Once again, the lever action. I don't know shit about lever. I went on a whole spiel on my ignorance on lever action.
The axe is the pistol class little lever 410. So like the cut down version.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay.
Budget's got a video on the axe for anybody in 410 for anybody curious.
Okay, I'll have to go check that out. Yeah. And the second question that I couldn't remember is driving me nuts. What was that Smith & Wesson revolver I almost bought a couple years ago?
The Night Guard.
The Night Guard. I knew it was Night something. So it was Nighthawk. I said, no, it wasn't Nighthawk. The Night Guard. It was a little snub nose 357, right? A little black on black.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was beautiful. That would have been like, so what we were talking about is it kind of got interesting. I want to kind of bring you into this. Is this. So you had Beretta, Ruger, CZ, and Smith & Wesson. Of those four companies, you have to choose a bolt action, an AR, a revolver, and a semi-auto. You can mix match. So, shotgun. Who would you get of those four companies if you could pick your dream lineup?
What's the four?
Beretta, CZ, Ruger, and Smith & Wesson. Now you don't have one of them from each company. You can get them from whatever, but you can only choose from those four.
Okay. Past, present, doesn't matter, right? So discontinue.
As long as you can still get it, you can probably use it.
Long as you can long as you can still find one.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be in current production, but they're still out there,
Yeah. Shotgun simply because they don't make them anymore. Ruger Red Label, I think.
Because
they don't make them anymore.
We had mentioned out there that Ruger doesn't make a shotgun, and then Rod was out there from Aegis. Rod Gates was out there, and he said Ruger made some great ones called the Red Label. I had never heard of the Ruger Red Label shotgun. So there you go.
So that'd be my shotgun simply because this is a scenario where I can get that. So
yeah. Real quick before we go to the next one, John wants to know anyone doing a Wanamaker live show. I'd like to hop on that to find out the deal with the hotels and schedules. So I'm sure
Not that
we
I'm
will be
aware of.
talking Wanamaker. No, I think he's talking about beforehand. I'm sure we will be talking Wanamaker on a lot of live shows before Wanamaker. Chances are, once we figure out who all's going to be there, there's a good chance maybe we hop onto a StreamYard private, like not go live with it and just talk that way.
Well,
Once we kind of figure out who all's going, then yeah, we can all get together on a chat and talk about that stuff if you'd like.
I would say that as far as the schedule is pretty much the schedule. It's like we're going to be there Saturday.
But I think he's talking about maybe where we're going to eat Friday or Saturday or whatever. We can talk about that.
Hotels, I would not wait for a live stream for the hotel. We can give you the information on that if you text one of us, and we'll let you know.
Yeah.
You can get that dude booked because it may fill up.
Yeah, I'll text you here after the show, John, where I've got my room and Buck has his room. Yeah. Clover.
Yeah, that's what Gizzard's saying. It's better get your hotel booked now. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, yeah. So here, I'll just text you real quick, John.
Yeah, Honcho Fett called me last night. He's going too.
Who?
Honcho Fett. I said he's out there.
Oh, Honcho's going. Sweet.
Yeah.
Nice. Honcho.
Yeah.
Nice. So you're going Ruger Red Label shotgun. Okay.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Bolt action. Who are you going with bolt action?
You're going to have to give me the list again.
Beretta, CZ, Smith, and Ruger.
I'm going to go CZ. Hang on. This is going to be an interesting one, but hang on. Let me make sure it's what I'm thinking
John,
about.
I just text you, buddy. You know, we were looking last week.
I'm going.
I didn't realize that Smith had that Performance Center bolt action chassis gun. Those things are badass. We were shot one, but.
So which guns am I having to choose?
Bolt action, shotgun, revolver, semi-auto pistol.
Okay, awesome. So with bolt, I'm going with the CZ 457 Jaguar.
Okay.
22.
I got it, John.
It's 22 long round.
As far as someone needing a roommate, John, I don't know. Clover's gonna be rooming with his girlfriend / mistress that weekend. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. I'll be rooming with Buck.
She is. You can call her that. That's all fine.
Yeah, she wouldn't mind that. Actually, probably thinks that I'm your mistress. My wife calls you my mistress, so she's like, y'all talk more than we do.
I would say hit up Gizzard or Honcho.
Gizzard or Honcho might need a roommate. Go with John Z. Yeah.
I think they've already booked, so it depends on if they booked a double or not.
Yeah, you know, spooning's never out of the question.
This is true. You can always sleep on the floor or the couch.
Just saying, spooning is not out of the question. And I know that Chris and those guys have already got, I don't know where they're staying, but they've already got their lodging taken care of. But you can get with Chris. I don't know where there's, who knows. Anyway, so Marcus says shotgun Benelli, bolt action CZ 527 American and 7.62 by 39. Interesting. By 39 or by 51 or 54? 7.60 by 39 in the bolt action. Interesting. Okay. All right. So you said Ruger Red Label shotgun, the CZ Jaguar for your bolt, correct?
Yeah.
What are you going to go with their revolver?
Dirty Harry, brother. Smith & Wesson 29.
Okay. And semi-auto pistol.
I'm obviously picking stuff I don't have, right?
Sure.
Semi-auto pistol. I had CZ, right? I had
Beretta,
and I don't have to pick from each one necessarily, right?
Ruger and Smith, yeah.
CZ Beretta. Well, Smith & Wesson on semi-automatics. Oh, no, it's not. I'm going to go Smith & Wesson again. I'm actually going to go Smith & Wesson on the semi-automatic, but I'm not going center fire.
What did you just say?
I'm not going center fire like you think I am.
You're going to go 22. Okay.
I'm going to Smith & Wesson Model 41 is what I'm going. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right.
Yep. That was pretty easy.
Yeah. All right. So let's make it a little bit harder for you.
I left Beretta hanging in the wind, but
Yeah, you fucking did. So we're not going to leave anyone hanging. Shotgun, bolt action, semi, revolver. You got to choose. You get 4 guns. You got to choose something from all 4 companies. This will make it a little bit tougher for you.
Smith & Wesson. Let's go model 41 on the Smith & Wesson. And that covers the semi-auto.
We're still going for that. Okay.
Still going to go with that.
Okay.
Let's go
bolt. So
I love a 22, so it's no surprise.
Sure.
Let's keep the 22 with the Jaguar with CZ.
Okay. All right.
That gives me revolver and shotgun, right?
Correct. Or I'll put it this way. You can get, I know that you won't get rid of one for an AR, but you can substitute an AR for something if you want to.
What do you mean?
Like if you don't want, let's just say you don't want a shotgun from any of those, you can substitute an AR for one of those for anything.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I know that. That's why I said I didn't offer this AR2 because I knew that you probably wouldn't.
So let's go Beretta A400 Extreme on the shotgun.
Okay.
And let's go with a
you gotta go revolver now.
Yeah, but I got Ruger left, which is so many solid choices. It's like, what do I pick?
Toy Town.
Let's go single action. Let's go with a Super Blackhawk.
Ooh, interesting. I'm going to go ahead and
I didn't talk caliber on several of those or whatever, but
no, we weren't talking really caliber, not really talking a whole lot of caliber there. Sorry, sending a reply to someone, blowing up text all over the place. With mine, I'm gonna have to. It's tough for me.
Yeah.
I am going to. You'll
go Smith & Wesson semi-auto, right?
I don't know. Probably not.
Now, I am semi-auto. Did you say semi-auto? It could be handgun or rifle, or just handgun.
Handgun or AR, if you want to.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, you can. So I'm going to substitute. I'm going to substitute an AR for a shotgun.
Of course you are.
On mine, so of course I am, right? Of course you are. So let's go CZ. Man.
With what? For what?
I'm going to go the Colt Python.
Yeah.
They have Colt. I'm going to go the Colt Python.
I might have went the Anaconda route, but yeah.
I like the looks of a Python, like the 3-inch or 4 1/4-inch 357, sweet looking gun. I'd probably go with the Python. Beretta. I'm going to go the APX over the 92. By the way, I'm going to go the APX.
Not surprised.
Bolt action. I never shot one, but that new Performance Center bolt action from Smith & Wesson looks freaking awesome.
As long as it don't run the same as their AR-10 does, be all right.
Right. Well, yeah. No shit, right? And as much as I hate to say this, I'm probably going to go just for the AR. You know what? I'm going to go the M&P 15.
Thought you had to cover each company.
Yeah. I might just go to like a Ruger American. They've got the Hunter. I think it's called the Hunter is the chassis bolt action.
I don't know, but Ruger's got the precision. Why wouldn't you go precision?
Well, I might just go the Ruger Precision. They got a chassis in that, but yeah, I'll go bolt action with Ruger. That'll leave my M&P 15 for Smith & Wesson. So yeah, it's interesting how you do that. But yeah,
you chose a bunch of crap you already got. Like
I know that's the reason why, because I know what they can do, you know.
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't have like the Python, you know, that'd be sweet. It'd be sweet to have a Python. I think Pythons are good looking guns, you know. All right, Jacob, man, Jacob's bringing it tonight. I love it. He said, question, if you ever had the opportunity to do it, would you shoot a 5.77 T-Rex?
all day, every day. I ain't afraid of no recoil.
I mean, how the hell would you not?
Yeah, I ain't afraid of no recoil.
How the hell would you not? You know, I wouldn't hip fire it. I know some people that would.
Oh, hip fire.
Hip fire.
God. We're not talking about Lena Mitchellek either.
No, we're not. Unfortunately, woo, no, we're definitely not talking about someone that could hit fire and be okay with.
Recoil's never been a thing for me. You know, it's like I know it's there, and I'm definitely gonna feel it afterwards. You know, like I go to sleep at night, my shoulder's gonna hurt or whatever, but it's all part of the fun of it to me.
You know, you and I were talking with Chase the other night for a while about, like, you said that there's not many foods that you wouldn't try once. You know, I'm not that way. I won't try certain things. That's just what it is. But you said that you would, you know, you'll try stuff, you know. I'm not that guy, but when it comes to guns,
I ain't always been that way. But yeah, I made that deal along by myself a long time ago. I was at least going to try it. That way I can say, I know I don't like it.
Sure. As far as guns go, I mean, I think I'll try anything once. I mean, why wouldn't you? Like, why? Seriously, like, why wouldn't you?
Or once. I mean, you're telling me if somebody said, okay, here's 5.77 T-Rex, you've got it all day, and we're paying for the ammo. Like, you're only going to shoot it once. No. Really?
No. I'm just saying.
I'm going to have to go to the doctor. I'm going to have to go to the orthopedic surgeon after today's over.
I need my shoulder put back in place.
I've got good health insurance. I don't have the means to shoot a 5.77 T-Rex all day. So I think I can handle it.
Anybody ever shot a 20 millimeter?
That's funny.
Nope. I've shot a 40 millimeter grenade launcher, Mark 19. Yeah.
I've shot some 20 millimeter like flare things or whatever before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of mini 30 to mini 14 talk out there.
Solid choices.
By the way, you missed this. Defense Dad, he's doing Dr. Pepper ribs in the slow cooker tonight. You ever heard of such a thing?
I have, and it kind of makes sense with the flavor profile of Dr. Pepper.
I never even heard of it, much less tried it. But it sounds.
I've never done it, but I have heard of it. Like I said, it would make sense.
I shot a 10 gauge before. It kind of hurts or kind of kicks. Yep.
Depends on the shotgun, but yeah.
8 will get you too. 8'll wake you up.
Most of those are in break action, unfortunately, and those do beat on you a little bit. The 10s in the pump, and honestly, even the 10 that I remember shooting in a bolt wasn't nearly as bad. But those brakes are rough.
Now Honcho said Dr. Pepper and chicken on the grill is good.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper's got a great flavor, spice, whatever.
Dr. Pepper right now, as a matter of fact. But
yeah,
I've never thought about using it for
zero sugar. But yeah, that's what I've got. Dr. Pepper Zero.
Now Snob says he loves shooting his 10. Why are you shooting Stacy? Like, there's no sense in why are you shooting at Stacy? I don't get that. I don't get that.
Well, 10 is really good for rock salt loads. I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying his 10 and, you know, his trying to say his wife's a 10 and he's shooting at her.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid. Honcho says, met a guy, took a can of Dr. Pepper and put it inside a whole chicken on the grill. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Wonder how
I've
that
seen
went
that.
for them.
Yeah, I've seen that done. They make racks. And I may have one. I can't remember where you do that. You get a can and you can use, a soda or beer or whatever, and then you put it in this little rack, and then you set the chicken down on top of it and smoke it. And I guess the flavors from the steam coming from the, liquid or whatever. I've never,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never liked that too much because I don't typically smoke stuff at a high enough heat to really get the thing boiling or
Yeah.
anything like
Yeah,
that. So,
sure.
if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it as a marinade or do it as what am I thinking? Based, like when I'm basting during the process or something like that.
Yeah.
That's usually how I'm going to do it.
Now here's something. Here's my ignorance. I've never even heard of this. Is this a thing? A 3.5? The 3.5-inch kicks a little.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
A 3.5-inch shotgun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 12 gauge. Yeah. That's your duck load
Holy
for the most part.
Jesus.
Well, a lot of people use 3s. There's not.
Oh, okay. You're talking about. I'm thinking barrel length. I'm like, what the fuck?
No. He's talking.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah.
Chamber.
Gotcha.
Chamber.
Yes. I'm thinking. I went straight to barrel length. I'm like, oh my god, a 3.5-inch. Yeah, that would kick a lot. Yeah. Once again,
that's
very smart.
Is that like an 80 millimeter? I don't even know what that would be in the metric, but that would be an anti tank something mortar or something.
Yeah, he says he's got some 3.5 goose loads for the 10. They suck.
3.5 is pretty tough in anything. I can tell you. Even in 12, they're pretty salty.
Yeah. Wow. Shit, we've gone so far around tonight's topic tonight. Don't even want to start it.
What was the original topic? Oh, being
we're talking. So like I started kind of talking a little bit, and then some great questions started coming in, and I kind of just never got to it.
I'm going to tell you what I told G Webs this morning. Just change the title later. It's all good.
I will. Yeah, I can do this. I can do that topic next week or something. The topic was going to be about, like, once again, I was in this group, and it's kind of like a gray man group. Guy was kind of asking about, he's like just getting into like everyday carry, like what is some essential stuff to put in a backpack, and what do you keep in your car, and like is it overkill to have an AR and 2 pistols and all this stuff. And you can imagine the hate coming in and all that. But everyone's different. We're going to talk about maybe some of the essentials for being practical, but also tactical, and not tactical as like operator, but tactical as far as if something were to go wrong, are you prepared tactically with your firearms or, in your medical gear, and having backup magazines, stuff like that, to carry with you on your everyday carry, whether it's on your person or in a backpack or in your car. It's already an hour and 20 minutes into this thing. So if we start this now, we're talking an hour of talks. We might just do this next week because I'm having fun answering questions and all of that.
I'm totally okay with that, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. Yes. Here's the thing. You're a little bit more tactical than you lead on, and I'm a little more FUD than I tend to lead on, especially in the last year or so. A lot of the stuff that we were looking at that's definitely FUD shit. I said, man, that's good looking. Like we were looking at stuff with Chase yesterday. I was like, man, the one with the wood grips looks awesome. And you're like, what? And you like the ones with the black ones. Yeah, in the rail. It's like, what?
Right. You know why?
Now,
don't you?
He knows. He says we're just going to deviate from the topic again, though, like we almost do almost every week. That's true.
So you know why that is, don't you? It's because you have so much experience and play around with so much tactical stuff, and I have so much experience and play around with so much FUD stuff, that those things are different. So they're like the opposites attract type scenario.
100%.
I think that's what causes that.
100%. And
I would take the wood grain one too. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't turn it
and
down.
I would love the one with the rail. But if you ask me which one, like right off the bat, looked the best, I was like, whatever gun we were looking at, I was like, oh man, that wood, one of the wood grips look awesome.
I don't even remember what it was.
I don't remember what it was. I don't remember either.
And I don't know if we could talk about it even if we remembered, but yeah.
No, that's true too. But yeah. John says, Honcho, you're really into some weird ass shit.
By the way, just in case Chase is up and listening, I hope that the kiddos.
I hope I hope the baby's good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Rod was out here earlier. He's feeling a lot better, so that's good.
Yeah, I talked to him.
Yeah, those sex change, surgeries, they can take a toll on the body.
Yeah, well, they do them so fast. You just go in, snip. It's
an outpatient thing now. All I got to do is make a couple snips here, I guess, but it's an outpatient thing. He was home that night, and I don't know if it has he said what his name. I heard Rodina, but I don't know if that was right. I hadn't heard what his name was going to be. I know he's going through some different names and all of that.
Rodina.
Rodina Gates. That's funny as shit. No, Ron did not have a sex change. He had a surgical thing, but it wasn't a sex change. Snob said he was trying to get his face transplant.
Are you sure that he's not trying to copy his hero? Sure, he's not going Hillary Rodham Gates.
Oh, that's fucked up in so many ways.
Had to.
Yeah, he had to. Rodrigo? John says Rodrigo, maybe. Rodrigo.
Rodrigo.
Let's see
he
here.
He didn't have a nationality change operation. He had a sex change operation. There's a difference.
This is true. Let's see here. Girl names with Rod in it. Maybe he just goes as Rhonda instead of Rod. Be Rhonda, maybe.
Isn't there? Maybe it's Rhonda.
Rodante, Roddy, Rodolin. That's it. I'm calling him Rodolin from here on out. Rodolin.
I like it.
What's up, Rodolin?
Isn't there a comedian that's like Rod something, or is that Rhoda, or maybe it is Rhonda? I can't think now. I can picture her like on stage, and she's like an old school comedian too, like back in the 80s or something.
Are you talking about the one that was on? I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I do know what you're talking about.
Maybe I'm wrong. It may not even.
Long brown hair. I can picture her.
Yeah, I think it was darker. I think she had darker hair.
Yeah, darker hair. Yeah. No, he's gonna be Rodolin for me. It's gonna be Rodolin. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Rodolin. Defense Dad says, I draw the line of the new tactical lever guns, though. They make my soul sad.
Oh, did you see? I took some pictures of them at SHOT. Was it SHOT or NRA? Like my I think it was SHOT. Was it SHOT? Maybe it was SHOT. Maybe it was.
You all right? You having a little conversation?
Yeah, no, I can't remember. But anyway, I took some pics. It had to have been NRA because Henry doesn't go to SHOT. I can't remember. Ranger, what is it? Ranger Precision something is a company that's doing like aluminum chassis and all for the Henrys. Oh my God. Oh, now I get it with synthetic furniture and the quad rail thing. Yeah, I get it. I'm not a huge fan of the synthetic furniture stuff and all other gun, but I'm telling you, those Ranger Precision or whatever they are,
Henry
chassis
lever action.
Oh my God. Go Ranger. Is it Ranger Precision? Ranger Precision. Hang on. Henry.
Ooh, the Frontier Carbine Evil.
Ranger Point. Yes. Ranger Point Precision Henry. Ranger Point Precision Henry. And then go to images. Yep. There you go.
Henry. Go to images.
It's got the side saddle in the aluminum stock.
Oh,
right? It's all skeletonized and
man.
Right?
Okay, I'm gonna share this because Defense Dad John says did Clover just blow his load. I think I might have just a second also. Hold on here. Share screen.
Oh, I forgot. I could share screen too.
Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah, that's not. You need to scroll down a little bit. Scroll down to the next level, like on the left.
That's pretty awesome, though. Like,
yeah, I know.
Like right
But
here?
yeah, close that. Let's see, close that on the
Like
left,
this
right
one?
there. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It's just badass looking.
yeah, yeah. Well, all the skeletonized rail, the skeletonized stock with the shell holders, and oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends. That it's just polymer doesn't belong on their lever. I get you, but all the Ranger point is all aluminum.
Yeah,
So it's all metal, baby.
How about that right there?
Fixed out there says full screen. I don't know that you could get the image that big.
I tell you what I can do. I can do this one right here. So
Let's see if I can do this. Open a new window.
let's share this one. How about that? That's kind of better. Let's kind of go up here. That's what it looks like there, but let's go this one. How about that? Maybe not. Is that kind of better? At least you can kind of see.
It only shows part of it. Let me see if I can.
Part of it. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Better?
John says, I'm not going to lie, that is sexy. The Finstead's still not a fan. Okay.
All right. That's fine.
Jacob says, keep scrolling. I see a wood buttstock and a modified front end. You do?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Ooh, that is pretty sexy.
Yeah, they got it with cheek
I
risers.
do like the green one, though. The green one's sick. I like the green one.
Yeah, they got so
cool.
much. There's so much that they're just, yeah. And especially the ones with the threaded barrels and you can run a can and it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Especially after shooting, and you remember hearing it or not hearing it, that 4570, that dead air can with the, or no, that was Silencer Central's who that was with the 4570 lever gun. That was supersonic 4570, but it was like, boom, and like, oh my God, that's awesome.
They also had the 6.5 Creed that was damn near Hollywood silent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn near Hollywood silent.
Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty cool, I should say. Let's see here. If I put a wood stock on an AR, if it weren't so damn heavy. So
I've got laminate
here's the thing:
on
you
mine,
can get some laminate. I was gonna say you can get some laminate that look pretty badass that are not going to add any weight at all.
And I'll tell you something about the laminate. So that one I've got that's got the laminate, I dropped it one time, and at the bottom of the grip, because it's got the finger grooves cut out or whatever, you know what I mean? So at the bottom of the grip, it chipped that, right? I took some sandpaper and sanded all that back down smooth where it chipped, and then got some either linseed oil or tung oil or something, and every day would put a couple coats on it. And after like a couple of days of that, you couldn't tell. I mean, it looked like it came that way. You couldn't tell it was chipped. So that laminate is nice to work with.
This is pretty cool. Let me share this screen. Hold on. That's pretty cool looking. That'd be kind of cool. Like, yeah. But yeah, they're out there in laminate and all sorts of materials that are not going to make it much heavier.
When I did mine, I seen
now,
those.
Is yours just the stock? It's not like the hand guards and all that. It's just the stock.
Mine is a stock, the pour in, and the grip.
Okay, cool.
Or all three laminate. Yeah, I'm looking to see if I've got a picture of it somewhere. But what I was saying is my stock is different. It's more of a traditional A1, A2 profile.
Okay.
Whereas that stock you pulled up's weird looking, right? It's not. Yeah. It doesn't have the same contour in it.
I didn't know that Boyd's makes AR furniture also.
Oh yeah.
I know I didn't know they made AR stuff. That's interesting.
Oh
I have
yeah.
to look at that.
Yeah,
That'd be
they
kind of
have
cool.
been for a
I
while,
have to
but I
do
mean,
a build with that.
it makes sense that they would, right? I mean,
I might
why
have to
would
do
they
a
not?
build with the wood. That'd be kind of cool to have one. Yeah, I might have to do one of those. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I'm digging through like, where the heck is?
You know, I've got that AR in 7.62 by 39.
Uh-huh.
That'd be kind of cool to go to wood furniture 7.62 by 39. You know, can I get the wood furniture AK-esque, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially if you could find some actual, like a color that like matched the old comm
Like an
block,
AK.
wood color.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Some laminate, I should say, that
Yeah.
matches that color. That could be cool.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I scrolled way back and I don't see. I know I've got 1,000 pictures of that rifle, but when I want to find one, obviously I can't
Find it. Of course. Of course.
There's my
Yeah.
7177.
Defense Dad, while you're looking at Fence Dad says, he said red oak would look cool. John says, yeah, it would be kind of cool. Defense Dad says, I'm looking at a new AR build and I'm torn between a modern take, but with a quad rail or just a short handguard. I want something different, but I know I want burnt bronze and a black two-tone. Burnt bronze would be kind of cool. That's a cool.
Burnt bronze is an awesome.
It is. It looks good on anything. Let's be honest.
So, I found a picture.
Okay.
It doesn't. You can't see the barrel. Of course, it's an 18-inch barrel with. So I mean, who cares that you can see the barrel? I guess, right? Because
sure,
it's just an 18-inch barrel with the A-frame sight or whatever. But
okay,
I don't know how big you can.
Oh, that is pretty damn cool. Is that a Boyd? It looks like a Boyd.
No, that is not a Boyd's. I don't remember what that is, but that
does look like a Boyd's typical design. You know, they've got
it may be. It may be now, but that was bought way before Boyd's ever started doing them.
Yeah.
I mean, like nobody.
It just has the Boyd's look. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nobody was doing a laminate or wood AR to speak of when I did that. And what's cool about that is that was called a woodland camo, was what that pattern was called.
Yeah.
And so I picked that because that's an 18-inch barrel with a 3-prong flash. It's an A2 upper, and it's a Go Army lower. Got the Go Army logo on the lower.
Interesting.
And so I color filled it.
Lower. Wow.
I color filled it yellow and green. You know.
Yeah.
And so I did the woodland camo wood on it. Since it was, I wasn't copying anything. It was just a retro inspired.
No, that's pretty cool.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty sharp looking. I love the carry handle, by the way. If you're gonna do an homage to the A2, you gotta have the carry handle on there.
Yep. And that is a.
I'm assuming you have an A2 front post as well. I'm assuming.
Oh yeah. That's an A2 upper. Yeah.
Okay.
Teardrop forward assist in it.
Nice.
Yeah.
But it has a dust cover. What's wrong with that?
Yeah. Right.
I remember a lot of the old A2 uppers didn't have dust covers. You know.
Well, you could. They just didn't have them on a lot of them.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is a lot of them didn't have them on there. It's not because they, you could, but a lot of them didn't have the dust cover on there.
Right.
I don't know really why they didn't put them on there.
I don't know I guess for military use, I understand a dust cover, but other than that,
I don't have a dust cover on this. I don't run a dust cover on that.
When the bolts close, the bolts closed. I don't understand the problem,
Military, it's a lot of it probably is contractually to where, let's say Colt put the dust covers on there saying if you don't use a dust cover and there's something that happens with sand and dirt to get in there, we won't, whatever.
Yeah, it's a safety measure.
I don't particularly like, even I own a bunch of my ARs that do have dust covers. I never close that thing.
I don't.
Like the only time it's ever closed is maybe if it's in storage, but not even usually that. It's just they're just in there.
Yeah, if I catch it like in storage or transport or I'm doing something, I'll close it. If I catch it. But other than that, it's same way. It's open.
Yeah.
That's why I
Pretty good.
never cared for the dust covers that have words, like something on one side and you flip it
Oh
open and
yeah,
it has another word.
yeah,
I'm like, those are so silly.
yeah.
I didn't even mess with that because it's like I don't care.
There's ones that like Black Rains. I love this. It says "Let It Rain." It's pretty cool looking. But
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
that ties into the
that's a
branding
branding thing.
or
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
You're talking about the custom ones that were like "Come and Get It" or "Don't Tread on Me" and all
right.
that stuff. Yeah, yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
yeah. The
I
only
get it.
type of things I've ever done on that is back in the day when I was doing 300 blackouts, because it's hard to tell the difference between a 300 blackout and the 5.56, obviously, right?
Sure.
Except the barrel is literally the only difference. And so most of the lowers were stamped multi-cal or even stamped 5.56, right? And
Right.
so they made uh, the magazine catch, not the button, but on the opposite side, right? The catch, that
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
the wide
Hmm.
piece. They
Yeah.
made those, and they probably still do. That said 300 blackout.
Yep. I remember
So I
those.
would swap I think all my 300 blackouts had that say 300 blackout. And I'm trying to think. There seemed like there's another part that they
They
had, and
also
it may
had
have been on the
magazines that'll have
yeah
like
yeah,
300 BLK on there.
and I may have on at least one. It may be on a dust cover on the outside of the dust cover. That it says 300 blackout. I can't remember. And then my 458
Jacob,
SOCOM is similar.
Jacob's getting ready to open up a can of worms here. Is there an AR that you recommend for around $800 if someone knows jack squat about ARs? I get a lot of crap and a lot of heat and a lot of hate. I still say to this day, like if you're gonna buy your first AR, which I would recommend, by the way,
Yeah.
you can't go. It's just me. I've owned several of them. I've never had an issue with any of them. I've had the one and the two. I still say the M&P Sport. I love it. It's a wonderful rifle platform.
Now that PSA is
Now,
over
PSA
DPM.
is a lot better now than they were 10 years
No,
ago.
I understand that. I was going a different route. I was going to say now that PSA has taken over DPMS for a while. My
Okay,
DPMS is
yeah,
amazing, and they were
DPMS. I
crap.
can see that.
They were crap there for a little while under the Cerebus group or whatever the heck. But now that PSA has them, they've made the
Under
DPMS
Cerebus.
great again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
They've made them. PSA's made them good again.
Man,
If you're going to spend any money, G23 is
because
sold out.
the ARs that were
commanders.
500 a few years ago are now the $800 ARs. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that $500 that we know is now the $800 AR.
Your
$800
first one.
ARs 5 years ago was going to get you something pretty good. $800 now is going to get you, no offense, but I mean, and as much as I love that thing, it's still, my opinion, would be an entry level AR.
Your first one, I would almost say the Build-A-Bear at Wanamaker for $449 or whatever. You'd be done with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're spending half that money. You're getting into your first one.
Defense Dad, I hate to break it to you, you're not going to get into a Black Rain for under 1,200. Period. That's their low end now. That's just what it is. $800 gives you a lot of good choices, but the $800 AR are the $500 ARs that we knew a few years back. That's what the $800 AR is now.
Where did the Live Free Armory start?
I mean, I think they're
Bob's out there. He probably knows.
I want to say
West
Black
Rain for 800. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If they're 800, I need to talk to them at one.
The Black Rain Ordnance cheapest AR you're going to find on. I hate to say it, and I love those guys. It's going to be 1,200, and that's about normal. That's about normal these days for a good solid AR. It's going to be $1,000 these days.
Stops is about $949 for Live Free Armory.
There you go. Yeah.
POF is probably going to be in that 1,000+ range too.
Yeah, I would say more than that now. Honestly, I'd probably say
last time I knew anybody that bought a POF, it was about 1,200, and it was not a high end. But
what? What about? I'm trying to think. I bet you they're not 800 though.
what was that? What?
Let me go here and see. I doubt very seriously. Like the Saint, that was a decent one.
Diamondback is
Diamondback. I got a Diamondback right there, sitting right over there.
Yeah. Diamondbacks in that range.
I don't mind Diamondbacks. Ruger 5.56 would be a decent one. That's probably about 800. That's probably less than $800. The Springfield Saint isn't bad. Bushmaster's not terrible. Honestly, Bushmaster's not bad.
Yeah. Since it's been brought back. See, Bushmaster and DPMS were OGs. What you got to realize is they became crap once the craze hit about 2013, maybe a little bit prior even. They were bought out by other companies and became garbage. But they've been brought back by solid companies that's really focused on quality now. So your DPMS and your Bushmaster are solid rifles again.
Yeah. Man, Defense Dad said he can get a Black Rain Spec 15 at Shields for $5.99.
I'm looking at a spec.
Because their basic, I think, was a Spec 15. At least it was a few years back.
I'm looking at a Spec 15 from Black Rain right now for $849. So
where? Really? A Spec 15. That's their basic. But yeah, it is a Black Rain, right? I stand corrected.
Well, it's on Gunbroker, but
yeah. I'll be damned. Yeah.
So
good.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That might be the way. That might be the way to go. I mean, honestly.
Damn straight. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. If you could get that for that kind of money.
No doubt. Yeah, Bushmaster would be interesting. I'm trying to think. There was one that I was thinking of. I lost my head. I would say a Colt, but you're not going to find a Colt for $800.
No, odds are probably not. Just about anything with a fairly recognizable name.
Yeah,
it's 1,000 plus. I mean, unfortunately.
Right. Oh crap! Yeah, Diamondback. I've got my Diamondback. I've got over here. I think that'd be a good solid one.
Rock River has one. 779.
Rock River does. Okay,
779. Yeah.
I didn't realize that Rock River still had ARs out there.
Oh yeah. Yep, they're still kicking along. They've been in the game for a long time. Rock River has.
Yeah. Oh hell.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling through.
What's that one? Oh crap. They're really quality. Jesus, what's their name? Starts with an A.
Adams?
No, they're not bad. We're not going to get it for $800. They do a lot of lowers. They do a lot of components, but when you put they do got good stuff.
Arrow?
Oh my god! No,
not Arrow. Armalite? No, it's not Armalite. No, that's too high end. That would be too high end. Starts with an A. Like playing Hangman.
No. First word sounds like.
Right. With an A.
God. Arrow. It is Arrow. Arrow Precision. Yeah, you did say that. Arrow Precision. Let's do Arrow Precision. Arrow.
I got it right here.
For $689 for an Arrow Precision.
I got it right here. I got exactly. I'm looking at it on Broker. You need to pull the trigger on. Jump over there now, Jason. Pull the trigger on it. This is a smoking deal. The Crossman DSBR DPMS SBR full auto AR15 $169.99. But it's a BB gun. But still, a full auto BB gun. Come on.
I'm gonna go full auto BB gun. I'm getting my MP5 full auto BB gun
for $169. Like, I'll take it.
Oh, I can get a full auto MP5 BB gun for about 150, 170 from Umarex. That fucker's bad.
Yeah, they're so fun.
No, they're so fun. Yeah, and I, guys, I was not looking at the chat, but people are like yelling at me, Arrow Precision, you dumbass. Yes,
right.
It is Arrow. Okay. No, it is not Anderson. Sorry.
No, about Poverty Pony. Yeah. Nobody has mentioned Wyndham, but, Wyndham would be probably in that range. If they're even still making them.
Oh, I don't think. Is Wyndham still? Wyndham?
I don't know. People, you know how people do. I mean, companies are. Somebody buys them out. Whatever.
Wyndham Weaponry. Let's see. Let's go to their website.
Wyndham's still going.
Firearms. Yeah, they're still making.
There's honestly not a whole lot of, I'm scrolling through.
I'm not gonna lie, they've got their paint scheme. They've got a couple cool paint schemes.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a big fan of. They've got a wood. Their window. They've got the wood grain grip.
Radical?
Radicals. Yeah.
It's a Radical for $550. Like, holy moly!
For $550?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
For $550,
there's a lot of them out there.
I say the same thing about Radical, like but for $550, it makes that a little bit better.
It does. It does. You can get a SIG tread for $849. Yeah, a SIG's pretty good.
Yep.
For $849. Yeah. It's nice to see the prices are coming back down a little bit from the last couple of years. Not a terrible amount, but like a lot of those were $9.99 or $11.99 a couple last year and all that. It's nice to see them back under $1,000. That's nice.
There's a stag.
I would like you could get an Arrow Precision over there for $689. That's solid. Like, you can't go wrong with Arrow Precision. You can't go well. I mean, there's a lot of what we've been talking about, but if you can get, I put it this way, Jacob, and this is not a knock on any of those other ones. If you can get a SIG or an Arrow for, let's say, $850, or like a Diamondback or Bushmaster for $650, spend the extra $200. That's my opinion.
Probably.
That's my opinion.
I'm seeing some stags, which are OG.
Stags are OG, but those are nice.
For $880. For $880.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
Wow. Let's go to PSA. Just see what PSA's got. If they've got.
Here's an Adams Arms, what they're calling the Witch Doctor, for $600.
Is it piston driven?
Witch Doctor.
It can't be if it's $600. It can't be piston if it's $600.
It does not say. It does not.
So you can get a PSA 15.
It can't be, but it doesn't say.
Yeah, it can't be for that price. You're talking $700 for a PSA. Okay. For $850, you can get that SIG or an Arrow Precision. You can get Arrow Precision for the same price you can a PSA. You go Arrow Precision. If you can get that SIG or Stag or Radical for like $850, and PSA's at 700, spend the extra 150 and get one of those other ones. Just saying. Not a knock on PSA, but let's just be honest, you know.
Well, I don't know. If you go with the DPMS for PSA, then I would
What's
say
that?
you're right there. If you go with the DPMS from PSA, then I would say I would put that in. I would put that in the mix there with some of those other ones.
Interesting.
I'm telling you, man, they brought that back. I shot them at the gathering, dude, and like that was my first AR. Was DPMS. I've shot so many since that were just total garbage when and PSA's brought them back, man. They really have.
Well, I'm glad they have. I'm glad they fixed their shit, you know.
Yeah.
Because there was a while there that
Yeah, the
not
cats
sure what
were
the hell
not
was going
good.
on there.
Yeah. The Panthers were not good.
G23 says, I just bought another handgun, third in 3 weeks, all on a credit card. Homie, credit card debt hurts, brother. Be careful. Be careful. Snob says, quit being a poor and buy a Sons of Liberty.
Right? Or F1
or Daniel Defense or something.
Yeah,
you know, let's pay over. Let's overpay for a Daniel Defense.
I'm seeing Colts on Gunbroker for like $1,019.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm seeing Colts on Gunbroker for $1,019.
Really?
Yeah.
It's pretty good for right now. Pretty good for right now.
Like not, you know. So I don't know. I mean,
interesting. I wonder if those are used. Those are probably used though.
They're the ones I don't think so because they got multiples.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
I don't know how they would have multiple use ones, but
wow.
I'm not reading too terribly far down into the listings. But
Robert says I might get a Ruger AR556. The Ruger 556 isn't bad.
Solid.
It's not bad. Absolutely.
I know a lot of people that have them. There's a whole lot of Diamondbacks on Broker.
I think I can reach it right here. This is my Marine one, but yeah, this is a Diamondback. That's a DB15 right there. Cocoa, Florida. Yep. It's Diamondback. And I've never had an issue with this at all. Never had an issue with that. So, yeah. I'm not going to go and say if I could have my choice and free money that I'd pick a Diamondback, but I mean, I've never had issues with Diamondback. So, Let's see here. The end of defense is my LGS is $1,600 for one on the shelf. Honestly, $1,600 for a Daniel Defense isn't that bad.
I would agree.
In today's market, $1,600 is not bad for a Daniel Defense. So, G20 says I pay the credit card 3 days after I make the purchase to prove a point. There you go. Okay. Non-firing replica YouTube. Oh, he's saying that's a non-firing replica that I was showing. I've shown guns. I've handled guns on lives forever, and they've never cut me off. So,
biggest thing is don't talk about it. First rule of Fight Club: don't talk about Fight Club.
Don't talk about Fight Club. Yeah. I noticed that also had a Mariflage. That's one way of putting it.
Holy crap! I know I'm scrolling through. And I know Strike Industries has a crazy, wicked, bad to the bone extended bolt catch. I'm just saying.
Strike Industries
XBC
bolt catch, enhanced bolt catch.
XBC is what it says.
Oh, that is interesting.
Right? Yeah, I like it. I like it
a lot.
Yeah. Oh, crap. Cool. They got several. You looked up the EBC? That's the one you're looking at?
EBC. Yeah.
Look up the XBC. The EBC is cool too, but the XBC, I like it even better.
Oh, snap.
Right?
Especially for like me and my small ass hands.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And priced right too.
And this is the extended. The enhanced pretty cool, but
that extended. I like that extended. $25, man. It's like how do you beat that?
Oh, no, Strike Industries.
Yeah.
Website
right.
$16.95.
Is it really? With the hardware and stuff?
The SI XBC extended bolt catch is a heavy duty Go Fast edition. Let's see here. Package includes one bolt catch roll pin and an AR extended bolt catch XBC, and the bolt roll and the catch roll pin.
Wow.
$16.95 over at strikeindustries.com. Well, I'll be.
So when I go live tomorrow, I need somebody to super chat me $16.
$16.95. Let's make it a cool 20 for shipping.
Yeah, why not?
Wow. Wes, I'm getting that for $17. No shit, that's badass. Yeah.
Strike Industries has got some cool stuff. They really do.
Okay, so Screaming Skull says he has the Odin Works extended magazine release. Let's check out the Odin Works.
Yeah. Let's see.
Odin Works bolt catch.
I like the Odin Works stuff. I really do.
That's pretty cool.
That one's okay. I don't know which one I like more.
But it's $65. Yeah. And the extended bolt catch is $20. Okay, so the extended bolt catch is $20. I kind of like Strikes better.
I do too. I do.
That's
I just
pretty
like
nice.
a little better.
I do too. I kind of like the Strike better. It's a little bit bigger. Oh man.
Hey, go look up the UTG oversized bolt catch.
UTG, I'm telling you, dude, UTG has got some cool ass shit. I'm just saying.
It looks good. It's like, wow, that's freaking cool. But I don't know.
Yeah, they do have some cool ass stuff. They're not obviously the greatest, but for like a budget, they do have some cool. Oh, that is pretty cool.
Right.
Like the open air. Is the one with open air on it?
Yeah, it's an open design. Skeleton.
Oh, I like that. Skeleton, we'll call it skeleton. Yeah. Oh, that is pretty cool. For $16.95, I'm gonna go with Strike.
Yeah, right. Yep. I agree.
Let's see here. Robert says my go-tos are SKS and the SIG P320. There you go. Wes says he has two UTG I've got a bunch of UTG stuff on several different one of my rifles, just little bit things here and there.
I've got drawers of UTG stuff. And
Leaper, and I've never had
NC Star.
Yeah, I think Leapers is UTG. I think they.
Oh, is it?
I think they're part of Leapers now. But yeah, I mean, NC Star. But I mean, like, I've never had a problem with any of the UTG stuff. Never have.
Yeah, I can't remember, but back in the day, like before Magpul even came along, I was buying rails. I don't know how many quad rails I got in a drawer over there of various lengths, but I can't even remember the company now, but there was like one company out of like Utah, I want to say, that basically made all of the aluminum quad rails for like every rifle. And I figured out you could buy direct from them way cheaper than buying the branded stuff. You know what I mean? And so that's why I've got over the years, like every rifle I'd ever build, I'd buy one of those till I figured out what I wanted to put on it. Sharp, cut your hand quad rails. If you don't have covers.
Yeah. Question. Jacob. Defense at that. Sorry. Suggestions for a reasonably priced drop-in trigger. Usually use LaRue tactic triggers or polished mil-spec, but want something. Timney's got some good ones. Rise has got some good ones. Hyperfire is great. I put one in on my AR pistol, and my 9mm was the one from Texas.
CMT or something.
CMG, and it was like $117, and it's really good. I would probably go Rise or Timney. Timney. I'm thinking maybe Rise would probably be better than Timney. Hyperfire is great. Also, they really are.
So I don't
I'm
own
happy
one.
with my Hyperfire triggers. What's
I've
that?
always done a trigger job on mine. I don't have anything with a drop-in trigger or any type of enhanced whatever. It's all like mil spec tweaked out, trigger job mil specs. If I was gonna go with one, out of all the ones I've looked at and all the ones I've shot and played around with, which is a lot, I'm still like
CMC
Hyperfire,
trigger.
CMC, yeah.
CMC,
Hyperfire would be my go-to if I was gonna.
Yeah, I've got I've got a Hyperfire on the battle rifle. I've got a Hyperfire on another one, and then a CMC on the 9mm, and they're both awesome. I couldn't go. Hyperfire would be my go-to. I went with CMC because they made one specifically for a 9mm PCC a couple years ago, before the PCCs really came really big. So that's why I went with CMC, because it was made specifically for a 9mm PCC. But yeah, I think you're right. If I had to just a drop in that, and it's they're drop in and adjustable a little bit. Hyperfire. If you've never shot a Hyperfire trigger, treat yourself. But I would say, other than Hyperfire, probably Rise. Rise you can't go wrong with. Timney's not bad, but I'll probably go Rise over Timney.
Yeah, Timney is one of those things. If I was going with anything outside of the AR platform,
E23 says a digi trigger.
Yeah,
that's fair. I love my digi trigger.
So for me, Timney is like, I don't even think AR when I think Timney. I think some type of a bolt rifle or something.
That's
you know
fair.
I mean?
Sure.
Like
absolutely.
That would be my go-to in that for sure. Would probably be Timney.
Sure. Now, Snob says, wait till Black Friday. You can, the Rise were dirt cheap last year on primary arms. There you go. And that's only a month away. So, and a lot of companies start their Black Friday stuff in like early November now. Yeah. There was another question. Okay. So Jacob says, I have a question again. Hey man, I love the questions, man. I love them. And, because you're asking the same questions that other people are wanting to know. So I love it.
Not everybody's brave enough to ask.
That's right. When buying firearms new, is there a quality difference between what you can find in a local gun shop versus big box stores? Sometimes. Sometimes. What's that? Well,
I said most times. It depends on the brand.
Yes.
Honestly.
Depends on the brand. I can put you this way. A Glock that you buy at Academy is going to be a little bit different than the Glock that you buy at your local gun shop. And it might just be something real simple apart here or there, but they're
cheaper made.
That's why you can buy them about $40 or so cheaper at a big box store. I'm not saying all of them, but technically, usually there is a little bit of difference. They make it might be just one part on that gun might be a plastic instead of metal or something else. The answer is yes, there is a difference, especially with several companies.
Yeah, this is especially true. Now, companies have changed hands over the years. But
True.
When we're talking about Walmart, without a doubt, you're talking about Bass Pro, without a doubt, and then now that includes Cabela's, of course.
Cabela's, absolutely, and Academy and all those. Yeah.
I do know for a fact, Savage, Remington, Marlin. What's some other brands? I know those for sure. It is a specific for Walmart in particular. It's a totally different serial number range.
Yeah.
And it's because it is not the same like quality. The same QC doesn't go into it, and some of the features may be missing. For example, you can buy Savage rifles, particularly like the Savage Mark II 22 bolt rifles at Walmart, and they do not have the Accu trigger in them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't come with an Accu trigger. Now they're whatever $80 cheaper or something. It's insane how much cheaper they are, but you don't get the freaking Accu trigger. Why the heck do you want? Why would you want it without the?
That's why you're buying that is for that trigger. Yeah.
Right. It's that Savage Accu trigger is an amazing trigger.
Yep.
And you're not going to upgrade that trigger for $80 either. It's a problem.
And this could be is also Snob says it might also come down. Sometimes it's not price; it's they only have one magazines and they maybe have 2 or 3 of them at your local gun shop. So that might be where some of the price. But there are I know for a fact that the Glocks that you get at Academy and all of that and Bass Pro are going to be a little bit different. Not necessarily worse or better, but they're going to be a little bit different than what you probably get at your local gun shop.
So years ago, I tell this story how I bought 12 guns within 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
That was done at an Academy. They had a freaking killer sale.
Okay.
It wasn't even a Black Friday sale. I forgot what it was, but just the stars aligned. I had a pocket full of money, and they had a big old sale. One of the things I bought a Beretta 92 for $399.
What?
Get this, though. Get this. It come in a cardboard box.
There you go.
It still running today. It still runs today.
I'd take that 92 for $400.
Right. It
I don't
still
give a
runs
shit
today.
I don't even need a box. Just keep the cardboard box and I'm put it in a bag and I'm good.
It was all black, so basic, all basic, all black in a cardboard box, come with one mag and the lock, the cable lock thing and the manual. That was it in a cardboard box. But for $399,
like the Taurus that they sent me.
Now that was years ago, but still, even at the time.
Well, the G3 that Taurus sent came in a cardboard box. Hey, anywhere you can save money, as long as if you're saving money like in a cardboard box and you're passing that savings on to the consumer, I'm good with.
Right.
Because chances are, once I get it and I take it out of the box, it's not going back in the box. It'll be in a holster or something like that. It's not going.
Well,
very rarely do I. What's that?
If it's range toy or competition or something, I mean, it coming with a nice box.
Once again, there are. But I'm saying most of the time, mine aren't going back in the box. So I don't care if it's cardboard or not.
But now that I think about it,
buy an aftermarket box if I want, or a case or something.
So now that I think about it, though, all of my Browning buck marks come in a very nice box. Browning does a very nice box with their Browning buck marks. All the places I bought them, let's say. Yeah, I see G out there.
He might do cardboard. I got standards.
He got standards.
Bullshit, G.
Okay.
That's bullshit, G.
But here's the thing. I'm looking at them now. I'm looking at a stack of Browning buck mark boxes over there in the corner. Pointing at them right now. You can't see me.
Yep.
But that have no buck marks in them. Why?
I'm sure. Yeah.
Why? Because they're in other cases that are larger. Because those are the what do they call it? The vacuum formed or the you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah. They seal up and they're.
Well, you know what I'm saying. They're where the gun fits down in them or whatever. And here's the thing: there's no room for ammo. There's no room for the accessories. There's no room for other stuff. So all of my buck marks are in other cases that have room for all the extras I want with them. So
right.
But they're nice boxes if you don't need all that or do all that. So
yeah, Wes is right. Start watching for the Black Friday deals. I mean, there are some crazy ass deals. What was that? Now, this is obviously pre-pandemic, and I think they literally had I think there was a Bushmaster. Do you remember the Bushmaster AR that was on sale for $199? But they only had 6 of them. Period. Right. Forever. It lasted literally 3 minutes.
Oh,
but if you were lucky to get one, you got one of 6, but it was a $199 Bushmaster AR, brand new.
Yeah. We're talking about boxes. I've got to look
blow
around.
Molded case. Buck says a blow molded. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. It's the one that's molded around the gun, specific gun thing. Yeah.
Right.
Not foam cut out or anything like that. So I've got to look. I don't remember now, but for everybody going to Tulsa, I am looking for a case. And I want to say it's for my Ruger. I want to say it's for my Ruger Blackhawk. I'm looking for a Ruger case for my Ruger Blackhawk, but I'll make double sure.
So you want everybody not only look for shit they want, that you want people to waste their time in Tulsa looking for a damn case for you.
Yes, that's part of the fun. You know that. Hey, what were you looking
That's
for? I see
pretty
one
damn
over there.
selfish, bro. That's very selfish to put your
Dude,
needs in front of theirs.
how many times have we done that at that show? Like,
No,
what are
it's
you looking
part of it.
for? Like, get over
Absolutely.
here. I found one.
Well, I spent the last couple of years helping looking for magazines for Snob. We never no one. I think everyone was looking for. I can't remember what it was a couple of years ago, but he had one
So,
magazine that he couldn't find and had everyone looking and no one could find him.
so Snob bought, and I found it. Snob bought his childhood gun.
Yeah, he did.
Last time, and I'm the one that found it back in the corner. Just saying. So,
Well, aren't you special?
Snob owes me a Ruger case. That's what I'm saying. Least he can do this go around is find me a Ruger case.
Now, Screaming Skulls out there says, if I see a guy show up at the range with the original handgun box and set up next to me, I can't help to keep an eye on him to make sure he keeps it pointed down range. Just saying. That's pretty funny. That's fair. Snob says, I got my Ruger PC carbine for $400 on Black Friday 2019, but I had to wait in line all night. They're now $750 plus. Yeah, that's right. Yes, he says, yes, I owe Clover. He has officially acknowledged that live with witnesses. He does.
You highlighted it.
It's
so
not. It's not. It is not nice to owe Clover anything. Just saying.
No telling what they want for a freaking case. That's the problem.
Well, yeah, especially at Wanamaker. Now you might be able to get one Sunday afternoon. Sunday afternoon, you might be able to get a deal on it.
How much you want for that old empty Ruger case? I'll take $50 for it. Yeah, I bet you would.
Yeah, I bet you would. About 20, we'll call it square.
I'll give you 20 for a stupid empty case.
Right.
You're not going to do anything else with.
Right. Let me take 20. Let me give you $20. You don't have to take that home with you, buddy.
Right.
You know?
Right.
You
got to tote it out to the car or the trailer.
Exactly. Now, Smeggy says, build, not buy. You'll get more for your buck. You will. But some of the people that we're talking to tonight haven't owned an AR. And this is just my opinion, and Smeggy might have a different opinion. Clover, you might have one. I'm still a believer in your first AR to buy it. Learn about it, break it down, learn how to put one back together, and then your second one you can build all day long. But I'm a believer in buying your first one that's already put together.
I do too. I do too, with one caveat, because I participated in this caveat. If you've got a friend, like a good friend, neighbor, close by,
a bunch of them.
That built a crap ton of them and can walk you through and help you build and everything else. That way you're not wasting money. You know what I mean? Because that's a big deal on your first one too. You don't want to get jaded because you spent a bunch of money trying to figure things out. Breaking parts or anything else. So, and then the tools, right? The tools are expensive. So in order to build that first one, you have to invest in the tools. And if you're not ever going to build one again, you've got a bunch of tools sitting around. So if you've got a buddy that's already got
an extra several $100 at least that you're never going to use.
And you could have bought a really nice first rifle for what you're going to spend on the tools. And so, but if you want to learn the process, and again, you've got a buddy and he's got all the tools and he doesn't mind, then you can learn all of that. And then you can go, oh, wow, okay, I enjoy doing this. This won't be my last. And then you invest in your own tools. Or timeshare his tools. I said, that's a thing too.
There you go. Yeah. Build by that's a discussion that can go on for hours in itself. But I think that buying the first, learning about it, being able to break it down, put it back together, understanding what each part does and why it's there, can help you a lot. Now, Defense Desk says buy a complete upper and a complete lower separately. You'll usually save at least $100. And that's just very true. You can do it that way, and they don't have to be matching brands. You used to be able to get a complete lower for about $129. I don't even know what they're going for now.
Oh, I doubt you can get one that cheap anymore.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying they used to be able to.
175.
Used to be able. At least, yeah. You used to be able to get like Anderson lowers for $25, also like strip lowers, but you could get lowers. I got lowers just sitting over there that are strip, but you can fight $25, back in the day. I bet you they cost at least $50, $75 now for a strip lower.
Depends on what you get if you find them on sale. There's a lot of different things. Yeah. AR stuff is coming down. It's not as.
Yeah. Oh, it is. It's definitely coming down from what it was a year or two ago for sure. Which is good because Man, it was some crazy ass shit out
Everything
there
else is
for a while.
people's getting crazy about revolvers now. Revolvers and lever guns have shot up, and there's a lot of
Fucking
FUD
FUD's taking over.
Yeah, there's a lot of FUD stuff that's went up. So, but that didn't happen in 13. Like 13, it was all the semi-auto pistol, the Glocks and
Well,
things,
sure,
and then the
because
ARs.
they
like
thought they were going away.
Yeah, and I could not tell you the number of Colts and Smith & Wessons and things I've got that I bought cheap because people wanted that AR or whatever. This go around, like we went through and there was a buzz on some of the semi-auto stuff, but now you're seeing the FUD stuff that you could get cheap earlier go, bump up and get up. It's crazy.
Yep.
I just sold the Henry 22 lever action tonight. You know that.
Yes,
and got
you did.
exactly what I wanted for it. No hassle, no haggle, no nothing. Like,
exactly.
Wow.
Yep. Screaming Skull says, I've built all my ARs. I use quality parts where they count. I've never had any issues. I get that. And I'm assuming your very first one, if you've built all of your ARs, including your first one, I bet you had someone helping you guide you along the way.
Well, you definitely spent money on tools.
Or, like you said, maybe borrow them from someone, use someone else's. Yeah. But yeah. G23, I paid $350 for my AR during COVID-19. New?
He built it, I think he said. Up above.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you had a lot of the components already and you just had to fill in, I don't even think, as I remember, was it last year when they finally had Wanamaker again and everything was just stupid priced. I remember that. And like the $299 or the $399 build your own AR was now $599. Remember that?
What year was it that Star Snoop Dogg got the freaking like?
Oh, she got the $125 Stormtrooper AR. That was the deal of that was the deal of the show for sure.
Wow. Yeah, it was crazy.
It was badass. And I'm the one that pointed it out to her. Like, I didn't know how much it cost. I said, oh, look at that one. That would be pretty cool. And she goes, how much is that, guys? Like 150. And I was like, I'll give you 175 right now. Sell it to me and I'll give you 175 right now.
Right.
But that was her first AR too. So her very first AR she got for 150, and it was a Stormtrooper AR. It was badass.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. He said, yes, he did. My good friend had already built his lower and gave me some tips. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. Yep. There you go.
Helps.
Wes says, I built and bought. It just depends on what I find and what I want. Well, that's true too. I mean, you could build, but once again, you got to be able to find what you're looking for. And go ahead.
Let's be honest. Not everybody out there is mechanically inclined enough to build an AR.
Not.
As easy as it is.
I could now. I could now. Yeah. Not 10 years ago. No way.
I think it's super easy, but there's no telling, right? And so, I've always been mechanically inclined, but for some people, I mean, it's just not an option. They're not, even if they had if you gave them complete access to the Real Avid catalog, right? They would still have a hard time putting an AR together if you walked them through the process. So
that would have been me. That would have been me.
That's just
Yep. What's up, Big Lock? What's going on, homie?
I remember.
And defense that agrees. He said defense depends on your mechanical abilities. I grew up building cars. If you're not mechanically inclined, then buy complete guns. Otherwise, ARs are really pretty simple. I watched YouTube videos. Probably not finding those anymore because those are
right.
They're tough to find these days.
So I remember I had a buddy. I think I told you this story before. Marine, and was part of the Marine Corps League, and they were picking on him because he did not have an AR-15. And he's like, I just don't have very much money, this, that, and the other. He worked for the city. And I'm like, well, I've got a few extra parts. I think I can't remember what all I had, but I had a few extra parts.
I got a few extra parts. I got an upper and a lower. Do you want them?
Yeah, it wasn't anything like that, but I mean, I think maybe I think I had an upper, and I think I had a barrel, and I think I had a lower parts kit, that kind of stuff. And I'm like, well, we need to find this and we need to find that. And that's the cheapest AR I've ever built because I had some stuff laying around. But I
Sure.
think
Sure.
I just gave him what I had laying around to help him out, and I think he had to spend like, I don't know, $120 or something on it, and I helped him. I helped him build it.
Over the years, you have all these ARs, and you'll obviously want to upgrade some parts and little pieces here and
Yeah.
whatever. And I've got like a tackle box I'm looking at over here. It's got like all like could be whatever, a trigger or a forward assist or a grip or whatever. And anything you take off and you put something else, keep those because you'll be surprised. You might have enough parts from 7 different ARs that you've taken a piece here and a piece there that you could almost build a new AR out of,
Right.
So,
Yeah, that AR that I built for him, I told the story about it, took it out to test fire. Thank God we only put 3 rounds in it to test fire because it ran away. I pulled the trigger and the trigger pin walked or the hammer pin walked, one of the two, I can't remember now, and it ran away. Had that been a full magazine, that would have been fun. Gee, God.
G's just being G and G's. I never knew how to make a good YouTube video, so I asked an AR15, and it showed me how to build my first video. I used good parts, it still runs. All these years later, Gun Websites is still up and running. That AR-15 gave you some really solid advice, brother. Wes says that Such still has some assembly videos. Yeah, I'm sure there's still videos out there, but you're not going to see very many new ones anymore because that's no.
Yes, it's hard to do.
Yeah, unless you can disguise it very, very closely.
Well, and especially ones that are monetized. And so that curbs the new ones as well. Like nobody can get them monetized, so they don't even try.
Yeah.
Lock out there talking about all the small parts, man.
No, I tell you what, the most frustrating things. Detents, springs are those 2 things will drive you away from ever doing any work on an AR.
I'm telling you,
no doubt in my mind.
eBay and buy them by the 10-pack. No kidding.
Exactly.
And they're cheap, man. And we're talking about
and they don't need to be expensive,
Yeah. The springs and the detents, I promise you, they come. That little stuff. Talk to any manufacturer. That all comes from the same place.
Oh, like
nobody's making those little parts. They're just not.
Yep. There's something about the detents and the springs that will piss off anybody. Mm-hmm. The most skilled and experienced builder for Smith & Wesson that's been doing their MPs forever, or Colt or whatever, I guarantee you he still gets pissed off by a spring every now and then. Not going to happen. You can't do it. Nebraska Gun Freaks' says Tactical Toolbox has a forum with videos. That's how I learned. There you go. Wes says that's why I buy arrow lowers that has some of that already installed. This is true. There are lowers out there that are not necessarily stripped, but they're not necessarily got the full parts kit installed.
No fire control group.
No fire control. Yeah, but they do have some of that stuff. And if you can find like an arrows that already has a lot of stuff installed, that's the way to go. And spend the extra $25 on that lower to get that shit done. I promise you, unless you just want to learn, it's worth it.
So as far as losing detents, G23 says he hadn't lost a single part. I guess he was lucky.
Wow.
I will tell you this. Since I have built bought proper tools, I don't think I've ever lost anything. I mean, if you've got the right tools for the springs, I mean, it's
I get it, but I've lost them.
Not putting them in and them fling across the room. Now I've laid them down and they rolled off the table, or I set everything out and moved it around or shuffled some stuff and lost it, but I've never had one fly across the room.
Yep. Fix out there says, Sarah, we got to go. Simplify. Appreciate you. Say hi to Spurg out there. Screaming Skull says $80 Geisley detent springs are the best. LOL.
There you go.
Hey man, go for it.
All right.
Can you imagine spending $80 and then losing that shit? I mean, how pissed off would you be the second that thing flies out? You're like, what the fuck? There goes $80. That, oh hell no. Buck says I spent 3 hours looking for those damn springs on my first build. Defense Dad says as cheap as complete lower from PSA, it is hard to beat, and then you can upgrade parts if you want to. Yeah, I mean, the old, and like I said, and PSA, I think I got a lot of my Anderson lowers from PSA. You get them for you used to get them for like $25, I mean, and it all depends on if you want, if you're looking for a metal lower or a polymer lower, you're also going to pay a little bit more for a metal than you are a polymer. But I prefer, I have both, but I don't prefer a polymer if I have the choice,
Well, it's not really the case anymore.
Well,
you can find
you're right.
metal you can find aluminum for
you're right
about the same price as poly nowadays.
I know, but back when I was buying 4 or 5
back in the
lowers
good old
at the
days.
time,
back in the days of the plum crazy poly lower, like you could not beat that price, like $19.99 or something, or $14. I don't even remember what it was, maybe $14.99. But you better not.
Sean says I haven't. Yeah, this is true. Sean White says I have not lost D10 or spring in years. Having proper tools 1000% helps for sure. Yep. He said
especially the real Abbott
back
stuff.
in the day.
The real Abbott stuff, just
you can't go wrong with real Abbott.
They're just so innovative with their tools, man.
Oh man. Wes I've still got a couple Anderson lowers I've never finished. Same here.
Yeah. One of these days. Yep. I don't know. I may never build another AR again. It's entirely possible.
I might sell all my shit or just throw it in the trash and just be done with gun stuff one day. Just say fuck it.
I'm thinking about it.
I'm anti-gun.
I'm gonna go reverse Tulsi Gabbard. That's what I'm gonna do. I mean, we got to offset her somehow, right? So, I think I'm gonna switch teams, and then that'll save everybody.
Well, you're switching teams, but for completely. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Now, in case y'all didn't hear, you guys know I'm a fan of Tulsi Gabbard. She left the Democratic Party today. So
she didn't join the Republican Party. Keep that in mind.
Not join the Republican. She hasn't announced where she's going to go. I suspect it'll probably be a constitutionalist third party of some sort. If I had to guess, I don't know.
What is
independent? Yeah, I mean, she'll be a third party for sure. I don't think she'll join the Republican. I think she's still a little too far away, but she's closer to the Republicans, today's Republican Party, than she is in today's Democratic Party for sure.
Now a lot of people are. They just don't know it.
Yeah, Wes says breaking news: Clover switching teams.
Houston Oilers all the way, bro.
Let's make this real. Everybody post out there on Instagram and all of that. Clover switching teams, and let's just see what happens with that. Clover switching teams. Oh god, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Smeggy says I used a pin with a hole in it to put the detent in and turn it, and used a pivot push pin tool. Yeah. Defense says keep an eye on the local gun shop. Stripped Andersons can still be had for $35, no transfer fee. Yeah, I guess you could probably find maybe a used strip lower that people upgraded or whatever. The best thing to do is if you got a buddy who's got a bunch of ARs, chances are he's built a couple of them. He might have parts and lowers just sitting aside somewhere. Just saying. After having fun shooting guns, she left the party. See, here's the thing. I don't want to go down this route hole because you and I were talking about this. Isn't she anti-gun? People, No, she is not. Please do the research. Do some research. She is not anti-gun. You ever seen her shoot? Like, she can handle a gun. You're not anti-gun if you handle the gun and shoot like she does. If you're anti-gun, you don't go to the range and practice as much as she has and get the training, because she's obviously been trained and practices a lot. Understand also, and Clover and I were talking about this earlier, she's from Hawaii. Politically, there's only certain things that you can do if you want to be elected. Unfortunately, voting certain ways on gun rights and all that is a way of life in Hawaii. She's also voting on stuff that we're going to pass regardless. Or they weren't going to pass or whatever. Like, understand that there's politics in there. If you read her stuff and you listen to what she says and look at what she does and not look at voting record, she's not anti-gun, guys. She's not. Now, I'm not trying to sway you to Tulsi Gabbard. I'm not. If the election was today, I'm voting Tulsi Gabbard, and I'm okay with that decision. Do your research. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. Go research Tulsi Gabbard. You might be very pleasantly surprised at what you find out. Just saying. That's just me. But I'm never going to sit there and tell anyone who to vote for. I'll never do that. I'm just saying I would vote for her today. And she is, it is what it is. Warren Moon, what the hell?
On the lighter side of it. On the lighter side of it,
right?
Yeah. Sean out there, my guy said Warren Moon. I hear you.
Yeah.
Houston Oilers, baby. Lorenzo White, Haywood Jeffries, Mike Munchak.
No. Stop. It starts and ends.
Really?
It starts and ends the Houston Oilers with one person and one person only. Earl fucking Campbell.
Yeah, the Tyler Rose, man. Yeah.
Just saying.
Out. Yeah, no,
I would say that the two. If you could do two, it's Earl Campbell and Warren Moon. That's the Houston Oilers.
Really?
In a nutshell. Yeah.
Really?
I think so. Like the two legends. Like those are the two legends. The Oilers. Like there's a lot of great players, but those are legends. Those are all time guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but without Munchak and Matthews, does Moon get the credit that he's got without having those guys on the line? You think so?
I think Warren Moon was one of the best passers ever to live. That's just me. Hold on.
Yeah.
Text here.
Yeah. He also has some good receivers for that offense.
You have to have great receivers if you're going to be a great quarterback. There's no doubt about it. You can throw a ball perfectly, but if a receiver can't catch it, it doesn't matter how good you throw it. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And what it says for the casual fan, it's Moon and Campbell. I agree.
That was the receiver lineup, was a detriment to those receivers, I think. Would you disagree? Like the offense they ran really did not yield itself to like one or just two great receivers out of that.
No,
club,
because
right?
they were the first team to go 4 and 5 wide receivers wide.
It was split so much.
It was a space thing. You had 5 receivers, and it was Warren was going to throw to whoever was in open area. And if you just happen to be in that spot on that play,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The completions were split amongst so many receivers that none of those receivers really got notification or whatever, you know what I mean, for being good because they didn't put up super great numbers, but they didn't because of the offense.
Yeah. Randall Cunningham or Warren Moon? Oh,
Moon
snap.
all day. Moon all day.
Moon is a quarterback. Randall Cunningham, for the entertainment factor, he was so fun to watch back then. He was the scrambling, running quarterback before it was popular. Oh, my God. But just watching him play quarterback, like Moon's up there with like the Marinos, like just pure passers. Like Moon is like Peyton Manning. He wasn't going to run. Like no. He had a cannon of an arm.
If you rushed Cunningham, you better take him down because if he got past you, he was gone.
Yep. Smeggy, what is wrong with you? Bitch, just because you're from Michigan, we don't talk hockey here. Hockey starts this week. Go away. You and your hockey shit.
Wayne Gretzky, is he still a thing?
That's it. Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, and Brett Hull. That's what I know about hockey.
Jaeger,
Mike Madonna.
Madonna.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Madonna. Brett Hull.
Yeah, Brett Hull. I said Brett Hull. Who was the guy that played for the Rangers? He played with Gretzky back in Edmonton and then went to the Rangers. Mark Messier.
Yeah.
Messier. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, hockey talk is over on the soccer channel.
Now, I can't talk soccer one bit.
Done,
I can't help you there at all. Like,
I cannot talk soccer as far as people. I love watching World Cup and Olympic soccer. I love it when I love like this November when the World Cup's on. I'll watch soccer all day long. I love it, but I don't know. Like I know Messi, I know Ronaldo, and that's about it. That's about it. I don't know shit about the people, but I do love soccer. Hope Solo. Hope Solo's fine as hell, but she is no longer playing soccer. She had a couple issues last couple of years.
Right.
Just saying. Mia Hamm. Who's Mia Hamm? Now, here's a question for you. Who's Mia Hamm's husband without Googling it there, Clover?
No, I don't follow soccer.
Here's the thing. You know, if you know baseball, Mia Hamm's for about 15, 20 years now. Mia Hamm has been married to Nomar Garcia-Parra.
Oh, that's past my time.
Oh, you didn't know about you don't remember Garcia-Parra?
Garcia-Parra come in what, like the mid 90s era?
Yeah, mid late 90s. Yeah.
Yep.
Specky says, "I love watching 5 hours for a 0-0 tie." I get it. Yeah, I get it. Like I said, I grew up playing soccer, so I like soccer, but I will not watch like MLS or what is that, the Premier League or whatever it's called. But when World Cup comes around and when the Olympics come around, I'll watch me some soccer. Yeah. No ma. Go see a para. Yeah, play for the Red Sox. Anyways, Jesus. All right, let's get out of here. 2.5 hours, and how to change the title of this because I don't even know what the hell we're going to call this.
Answering questions for Jason and talking sports. That's what I would title.
Jacob, yeah. Jacob asks questions. Yeah. We'll have to retitle this for damn sure. But it was fun. I hope everybody. We still got 20 people out there watching. You're never going to get this 2 hours and 37 minutes back. Sorry, not going to happen. I will not refund your money.
But if you do have complaints,
we do, and this is in all seriousness, guys. We do try to make the show better. We are looking. I don't want like the hey your shirt's too red or what the hell kind of hat are you wearing or whatever. Like legitimate, like, hey, I wish you would do this or talk more of this. Like, seriously, we're always looking to get better at what we do. We've been doing this for a long time. We can always get better. So, like, legitimately, we welcome and honestly encourage, like, criticism, like good criticism. So our email, if you want to do that, is shootingleftofcenter@gmail.com. Please, like, don't be rude, but feel free anytime to like give us comments on what we think what you think we need to get done better. Honestly, I Clover, I shouldn't lie, should I? I do enjoy the rude emails. I get a kick out. So be rude, really I do. I enjoy it. Call me names. I don't care. But seriously, send them to shootingleftofcenter@gmail.com. And like, we will, we'll do. Now, Smiggy says, I have a suggestion. Talk more about hockey. I've told you the extent of my hockey knowledge. Gretzky, Hull, Madonna, Messier, Lemieux, and Younger. That's it. That's all I got. Yeah, I'm into Madonna. He says, I didn't notice you eat a single crayon. Well, my crayons are over there. I don't have any. I would. I'll eat you one next week. I don't think I've got one lying around here. I think I've got all my wrappers. Got plenty of wrappers, but I don't have one ready to go. I'll eat you one. I'll eat you a crayon next week. The fish says, I like chats like this. Good to do shows that aren't always serious. I mean, we're going to have fun regardless. But yeah. Yeah. And there was, honestly, we had fun tonight, and it was a fun, but there is actually a little bit of helpful content sprinkled throughout the last 2.5 hours. There are little segments that might be helpful. So
bite size, if you will.
Bite size, ghost and clover sized, if you will.
Fun size.
Fun size for her pleasure. Yes. Wow. Anyways, Clove, what you got going on? Any podcasts or anything coming this week you want to tell people about?
Man, tomorrow's going to be epic. I got Big Tony Simon at
Fud Talk, huh?
7 Eastern, and it's going to be me and Big Tony, and it's going to be no 2A allowed. It's all Fud Talk.
All Fud Talk. Good.
If you want to hear about legislation and pro 2A stuff, then do not join that chat. If you want to talk Fud stuff and just kick back and have some fun talking
Tony is the biggest, literally and figuratively, the biggest closet Fud in the world.
He really is. He's got everybody fooled. It's crazy. But no, we were
Fud, Lovatron.
We were talking, and I'm like, yeah, let's get you on. And he's like, I get so tired of, and he does. He eats, sleeps, breathes, lives 2A.
He does.
I'm like, well, tell you what, we'll do a no 2A allowed zone podcast. You come on, and we're just going to talk guns and have fun, and that's what we're going to do tomorrow. And then we've got concealcarry.com. I think Jacob.
Jacob or Riley.
I think Jacob, but I mean, Riley may
join. They're both good. Yeah, they're both great.
Sure, but they're going to come on.
Those guys have their hands in so many things right now. I mean, it's crazy how much they do.
They do, and so that's what we're going to talk about. Not just the podcast and the content that they do, but all the different companies that they rep and help out, like little startups and things like that they've got going. It's insane.
So. Three things real quick. Jacob S. said, Clover, shotgun of the week. You did show up late. Shotgun of the week.
I did.
Real quick.
See, he says real quick. I got to try to think of one. I'm like,
just look to your left and look to your right. Look at one of the shotguns you got lying there and say that one.
Yeah. Let's go with let's go with the Marlin Super Goose. I don't know that we've ever talked about that. We were talking about 10 gauges earlier. So it's a bolt action 10 gauge shotgun, the Marlin Super Goose. We'll just go with that one. Make it line it with the show a little bit.
Marlin 5510 Super Goose 10 gauge. Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. Damn.
We got the Goose, which is the 12 gauge, and then the Super Goose is the 10 gauge. Another thing that I might be looking at, wink, wink, at Wanamaker, if I can find one, is the Super Goose. I have the Goose. I don't have the Super Goose. So.
Okay. Wes says, to have as many choices as Clover when you looks left and right. Yeah. Nebraska Gun Freak says, Clover, I don't get your notifications. Click the notification bell, maybe.
Well, here, can I nerd them a little bit?
Before you do that, but hold on. Before you do that, there was a question that Jacob asked beginning of the show that I think is a legitimate question real quick. And you can answer this yes or no. Is there a way for like community tab posts? Like, is there a way to get notifications when someone posts like a poll or something on their community tab? Or is that just,
it's all part of the notification system?
Yeah. Okay. So there's not anything specifically for the community tab.
Not really. No.
I didn't think so, but I thought.
Nope.
Anyways, all right, go ahead. So nerd out for a few minutes.
Well, this is
my camera off and mute out for a second because I got to go do something real quick. All right.
Go. This plays into the whole notification thing. So, number one, notifications are like a fax machine. Notifications are not a thing anymore. Like, you don't need to rely or depend upon notifications, and there's a reason for that. YouTube looks at the viewer habits and the viewer data and serves the viewer content based on that. Whether you're subscribed, whether you have the bell clicked, does that influence and help? If you're watching on a regular basis, in other words, if you're getting notifications and you immediately click on those notifications, yes, that can help trigger the algorithm to show you more notifications in a timely manner. It also matters if you're logged in on mobile devices and a PC. And a lot of people turn off the overall notification on their mobile device. YouTube sees that, and they see that as a negative marker that you don't want notifications. So even though you may have it turned on the PC, you have it turned off on your mobile device. That's a conflict, and because YouTube doesn't want to spam you with notifications, they want to err on the side of, well, we don't want to send him things he might not want or she might not want. Then that causes a conflict too, right? So when you're talking about live streams, one of the biggest things, and this is why I always tell people, if you do live streams, it's best to put them out and promote them. Put them out, schedule them ahead of time, and then promote them on your community tab. That gives the people out there a few more opportunities to see that live stream is happening. And that live stream has its own little button that says notify me, right? And that's more of an actual forced push to notify you. Now, if you're doing that and you're not getting a notification, then that could be something totally different. So I guess what I'm saying is there's a lot of moving parts and pieces. This whole idea that I get it. You click that and you say, show me all notifications, and then you don't get them. I understand that gets frustrating, but you got to understand today's YouTube is not about that. It's about what your actual viewing habits are more than anything. It's called AI. Wes. There you go. Wes answered it quicker and shorter than I could. So there you go, Wes. Good job. It's called AI. You're right.
It's called AI. I got a text from Jacob. He's got a picture of an AR. He saw his local gun shop. Looks pretty good. I can't see it's his picture. Give me a call, man. Like if you need help. There's plenty of people out here that are more than happy to help you, walk you through. If you found something and you don't know if it's a good deal or anything like that, man, call me. I'm good. I can help. If I can help you, I will. If I can't, I probably know someone that can, if you're talking lever guns and shotguns and revolvers and all that, and you call me, ask me if it's a good deal, I'm going to say, I don't fucking know, but I know someone that does.
Maybe.
Oh, nice hat.
Maybe.
Just noticed it. Oh, thank you.
You might know somebody. Maybe.
I might. Elster says, how's a sniper doing? Man, I haven't shot. I got Sophia out last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. Shot a little bit out there. I had about, we put like 16 or 17 rounds through it. It's the first time I shot it since last December, January, my last match. Surprisingly, it still held zero pretty well. It was a little bit off, but I was still hitting steel, so out to 300, so not a problem. But no, it's that kind of gives me a nice little segue. I'm really proud and honored to have joined Team RSF. And if you guys don't know what that, you guys know that I've been supporting and working with the Recon and Sniper Foundation for about 3 years now, doing different stuff. And they've been asking me to if I wanted to join Team RSF for a while. And I was talking with Clover about this, a couple months ago, I guess. And honestly, I didn't feel right doing that. I pretty much, not saying that I'll never shoot it, but I pretty much stopped shooting IDPA a few years back. I shot some Steel Challenge, but I'm really focused on competition wise on the long range precision or sniper, whatever you want to call it. I only shot a couple matches, and didn't feel right joining a team that I'm not there yet. Anyways, had a discussion with Todd and all this stuff, and went ahead and he said, look, what I want to try to do is take and try to build Team RSF up in Arkansas and try to get 4 to 6 guys in Arkansas, or maybe even like going to like Southern Missouri or West Tennessee or something. But in my little area, maybe just form our own little team, because most of the guys are elsewhere. But if we can get 4 to 6 guys, a little squad, and then go to some different competitions together and all of that, that would be kind of cool. But yeah, I'm really, so if you guys are out there and you shoot competition, they have the great thing about Team RSF. First of all, you don't have to be a Marine. It's called Recon and Sniper Foundation, but you don't have to be a Marine. If you served at all or still serving, active or veteran, no matter what branch, then you can apply to join Team RSF. Now you have to go through an application process and, kind of talk about matches that you've shot and what you've done lately, and give a couple of different references to people. Say, hey, this guy is not unsafe and all that. They do want, you don't have to win matches, but you have to compete. You have to be safe. You can't be, kicked out of matches and DQ'd all the time for whatever. They are looking for certain things, but they have teams for like USPSA and IDPA. They have long range precision. They have endurance, like hiking and triathletes and all of that. There's a team for that. There's a team for scuba diving. There's a team for skydiving. There's a team. Yes, there are skydiving competitions, by the way. Yes, there are scuba diving competitions. They're pretty badass, actually. They've got all sorts of teams. If you're involved in a lot of these competitions and you're interested in joining Team RSF, obviously it's there to help support the mission of Recon and Sniper Foundation, which is to help not just Recon and Sniper families, but just military veterans and active servicemen and their families during times of need. Go check out reconsniperfoundation.org, and I've done some videos about it. Really am proud to be part of Team RSF. So if you live in Arkansas or like Southern Missouri or West Tennessee or something like that, and you shoot competition, especially precision rifle, and you're a veteran or active and you're interested in joining, get a hold of me, email me, text me, whatever, and we'll get you. If you're interested in joining Team RSF, then there's some of the cool things that once you get to a certain level, you'll get one of the silver team jerseys. And it's pretty cool because every team jersey that if you get to that level, it'll have all the stuff on there, but on the back of it, this one's special because it's going to be a fallen recon guy. And you get to choose whose name you put on your jersey. It'll say, Corporal so-and-so, the unit and the year, they were they died or whatever. But you get to, you'll get to wear the name of a fallen recon or sniper guy on your jersey, which is kind of a cool thing as well. So, like I said, I'm not going to preach too much about it. If you're interested, let me know. I can get you, even if you don't live in these, they're all over the country. So if you're interested in that, you're interested in the Recon and Sniper Foundation, or you're interested in especially maybe possibly applying to join Team RSF, get a hold of me and I'll get you in touch with the people that you need to get in touch with wherever you are, and whatever sport or activity that you're interested in. Cool people. We do a lot of fundraising. We do a lot of different things for the community as well. It's a veteran foundation. So it's organization. It's pretty cool. So anyways, enough of that stuff. Clove, anything else you want to talk about? Clover and I are going to, in the next few weeks, going to be announcing something on November. What's that?
Maybe on the
November 2nd. November 2nd over on Clover's channel, we'll be doing a Ghost and Clover on the Clover Tack podcast, and we'll probably be announcing something pretty awesome on that. Just saying.
Huge.
Big.
It's huge.
Like,
it's huge.
Huge.
It's huge.
But this time it literally is awesome.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you're really, really fantastic. But anyways, so November 2nd on the Clover Tack channel, the Ghost and Clover show, and once that gets announced, you'll be hearing a lot about it after that. But we are proud to get to announce some cool things happening. So, yeah,
Been a while.
anything
Been a
else
while
you want to
since
talk?
we.
It has
Been a while
been.
since we've done a cool thing.
Well, I mean, I've never technically done a cool thing because I'm not a cool guy. But
We've done a few cool things over the years, but not many. Not many.
Not many. This is a cool thing.
Yep.
This is really cool.
Yep.
G23 says if people want to watch 5 or 6 grown people cry possibly on Saturday night, Ghost will be doing the 1 chip challenge. What the hell's a 1 chip challenge?
Oh, that Pocky chip that's like 18 million Scoville heat unit or whatever.
Oh, fuck! I won't be doing that shit.
But yeah, I'm not doing it. It would literally send me to the emergency room.
Like I'll have an ulcer, and that would not be good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It would. Yeah, I would literally be in an emergency room with that. Like, I don't play with that stuff. I don't mind spice. Spice. But if I did something like that, it would, yeah, there would be serious damage.
Wow. Yeah, I won't be doing that shit. I tell you what I will be doing Thursday night. I don't even know what time it is. I had to get from Guns and Barbecue. Over on Guns and Barbecue on his podcast or show, whatever he's calling it, Thursday night, I will be joining him to announce a really cool project that I'm going to be working with him on. So Guns and Barbecue channel, Thursday night, whatever time
nice.
He does his show. And I don't know. I need to get with him and find out exactly what time it's going to be going live. But Thursday night over at Guns and Barbecue's channel, we'll be announcing a really cool project that I am helping him out on and be doing that stuff. So yeah, go check out that as well. So as far as me, we dropped episode 1 of season 2 of the Jarhead podcast last Thursday. It's back, and we're only going to have about 8 to 10 episodes this season, but I'm telling you, there are some serious heavyweights going to be on the Jarhead podcast. So I'm really looking forward. Clover knows about several of them, and I'm just telling you, there's some really cool heavy hitters and really cool people coming on a Jarhead podcast. So if you're interested in the military kind of stuff of this channel, Jarhead podcast, we'll do it every other Thursday. So like twice a month, we'll be putting them out for about 3-4 months. So yeah, myself and 4 others will be eating the chip, and it's 2.2 million Scovilles. Is that a thing? Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
Scovilles?
Scovilles. Yeah. Hope you got some milk and some sugar laying around for that. So
better have some milk for damn
sugar packets and milk.
Yeah. Whew. Did a quick video introducing over the weekend. It came released last Saturday on the Tacticam. That's a pretty cool little camera that films what you see in the scope. It's really awesome.
Yeah, that is pretty neat.
Really cool. I'm still messing around with it. I haven't messed around long enough.
You can still see through the scope. That's what's cool.
Oh yeah, you look through the scope, and the camera's off to the side, and it uses mirrors and all that. Now the only thing I did,
most of the ones I've seen connect behind the scope, and then you like look through the viewfinder or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's cool.
This one's actually pretty cool. The only thing that I realized when you added the little attachment to this the scope, it does add between 1/4 and 1/2 inch to your eye relief.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to make a little bit. We're not talking a lot, but I mean, 1/4 or 1/2 inch is a lot when it comes to eye relief. You might have to move the scope, a little bit forward, just a little bit, so your eye relief gets that nice clear picture in there. But everything else it's pretty badass. It is really, really cool. Really, really cool. So. Yeah.
And if nothing else, it's just you got to move your head back a little bit. It's a trade-off for being able to film. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you can't, if you have a rifle that you can't, or rings or whatever that you've maxed out, you can't move that scope forward anymore. Then maybe if you've got especially if you've got a chassis system on your rifle, you might be able to move the stock back 1 click, and that might give you the same thing. So
right.
And that's what I did. I just moved the butt pad of the stock or the chassis back one click, and it's, and it gave me a perfect.
Or just put a thicker butt pad on it.
This is true too. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. But it's really, really cool. So I'll be using that. The cool thing is I can use it during competition shooting, like actual matches, and I'll be able to have really cool footage of my match. Not only for me to learn and train and all that, but putting out my match, it'd be kind of cool to be able to see what your scope's seeing too. So if you're hunting, you'd be able to record your kills and all of your shots and your training. If you're doing ballistic testing, you'll be able to use basically whatever you see during including the reticle, like literally what you see through your scope is what's being recorded in 1080p. Pretty cool stuff. So yeah, that's out there, and I'll be using that camera for a long time for a lot of different things. So you'll see a lot of cool videos utilizing that Tacticam. So, Clove, anything else to touch on before we get out of here? It's 3 hours. Been going for 3 hours.
Not
Is
a
it really
single solitary thing. No.
All right. Well, on that point, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are? Semper Fi.